It's time to start the only way we know how, with the warm-up. Brought to you from our friends at Brick and Barrel. With a wonderful family atmosphere, Brick and Barrel has a beautiful beer garden and is just the place to take in a game or celebrate after. Brick and Barrel, 155 Joyner Parkway in Lincoln. The way you warm up is the way you perform. So to be the best, you gotta warm up with the best. So warm up with us as we sit down with a member of the Potters coaching staff to talk all things Potters. It's time to get loose and warm up right here on Stone's Radio Networks.
A very special edition of the warm-up. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe. I am welcoming a member of the coaching staff, a member of the training staff. I think I'm welcoming the entire training staff. Emma the trainer. That's why I know you. Emma, welcome.
I'm happy to be here, Pam.
Well, it's fantastic finally get you up here. I was looking at your bio here, and usually these are not right, but all I see in yours is just all kinds of licenses and certifications and stuff like that. You should be like the national team trainer. What are you doing here in Lincoln?
So Lincoln was actually my very first home when I became an athletic trainer. So I used to do some clinical rotations at Sierra College. The athletic trainer there obviously knew Ryan Stevens. When Ryan was, taking the general manager or the manager position here at the Potters, he was looking for an athletic trainer who had overhead experience, worked with baseball players, wanted to work with baseball players. And Brandon, named me. And I remember there was a Little League conference we had going on here, and it was all the coaches. They were just talking about, like anything coaching related, but they also had a portion where they talked about injuries in Little League. And so he said, this will kind of be your interview. Let's see how you do. And I showed up here, and I kind of just talked about, Little League elbow. I talked about kind of pitch counts at that age, talking about the goal of, what baseball players are doing when they're just kids.
Right.
It's obviously different at the college level. And they loved me. They're like, we'd love to have you here at the Potters.
Well, listening to it, I love you too. I mean, that sounds great.
Yeah, I mean, it was, I was just spreading my knowledge. I mean, I kind of saw it as an interview. I was a little nervous, but I mean, just talk about what I knew. At the time, I was the athletic trainer at Results Physical Therapy in Sacramento. And
so you weren't a newbie.
I was not a newbie, but I was kind of new to being certified. So I had been involved in athletic training first in the Bay Area, and then when I transferred to Sacramento State, I did the program there. So I was not new to it, but this was kind of my first home, and I never really left. It's just, it's been part of my life.
Let's go back before that. Let's go back to when Emma's just kind of like trying to figure out what she's going to do, and what pointed you in this direction?
So I actually always knew I wanted to be in the medical field. I think in high school I wanted to go to med school. I wanted to do anesthesiology.
Did you play sports in high school?
I did. I was a competitive cheerleader for about 13 years. So I've had a lot of injuries.
Were you ever the top of the pyramid?
Yes.
Oh,
I
man.
mean,
those people.
I'm
talk
pretty
about
short.
courage.
I mean, I guarantee the spectators have seen me run out there.
Yes, they have.
So I'm pretty small. So I had a lot of injuries. I worked a lot with sports medicine. Physicians, PTs, not really athletic trainers. I didn't really know what athletic training was in high school. And I was trying to decide what to do, decided to go to Ohlone College, got in contact with the kinesiology department head, Jeff Roberts there, and he said, I think what you're describing is athletic training. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is a career where you get to work with athletes and you get to do all these things. He's like, yeah, that's what I do. And I was like, come to Jesus moment. Like, oh my gosh.
So you described your ideal job and it already was there.
It was already there.
Waiting for you.
I, first semester took his clinicals and I never looked back. And it's kind of crazy because out of high school, I was like, I'm going to a 4-year. I'm going to get the whole experience.
Right.
And then I ended up going community college, finding my favorite thing in the world.
Because you were following what you wanted to do.
Exactly.
Right, yeah.
And so I just really went with my gut, and somehow it brought me to Lincoln, and I never left.
Well, tell me what's, you've been doing this for a couple of years now, so what is it that you like the most about working, specifically in the summer, specifically for the Potters?
Of course. So I've worked at a variety of settings, and they all have their pros and cons, but I think what I like about working with collegiate athletes is you are working with very high-level athletes, but you're getting them at a really monumental time. Either they do know a lot about their body, or they do know what they should be doing, what they shouldn't be doing, or they don't. And honestly, the fact that you have that variety really means that if you enjoy to educate and you enjoy to, get the rapport with the player and get them on a program that's going to make them successful and perform well and keep them healthy, I mean, it's kind of the best
It
scenario
is.
to be in.
I want to be a trainer now too.
I know.
After listening to you. This is fantastic. Emma, I won't keep you too much longer, but I
Of
want to ask you.
course.
We have, we'll probably have, as you do talk about, kids come out and they watch the Potters play. 8-year-old kids, 10-year-olds, 12-year-old kids. But if you had a chance to talk to kids like that, like you did when you were doing your Little League thing, what are some of the things you would tell kids who are planning to get into sports, but specifically baseball, as far as what they can do at an early age to take care of themselves?
So, currently when I'm not at the Potters, I have my own business with my husband. And we are kind of trying to impose a part of it with reaching the youth, reaching high school athletes. And the main thing I would tell them is, what we thought back then has completely changed.
Everything's
You have so many resources, and it really does start moving right early, start learning how to lift properly, start learning all these movement patterns. Because the perfect example is a kid that gets on a trampoline. For a second they're like, a little shaky, and then all of a sudden they look normal, right? You see an adult try to do that, and it takes the whole day, and they still can't figure it out.
I didn't even want to talk about it. It scares me talking about it.
So I think that is the true application of that. If they can learn that stuff early, they will be leaps and bounds ahead of, their teammates and other people who just, focus on just the specialty, just the game.
Stuff,
exactly.
yeah.
Because, if you've been playing for as long as you have, that stuff's become muscle memory. But if you lose how to learn, if you lose how to move properly, all of that stuff is going to change, and you're going to have these aches and pains pop out of nowhere, and you're going to be like, I don't know what's going on. I do think you see a lot less of that when the athlete is very in tune to their body and, uses the resources that are now available to us.
Well, if somebody wants to get in touch with you, you and your husband, the business, how do they do that? And they want to ask you some questions about this.
Of course. So we have a website, thehubhw.com. I offer telehealth services in case there is like an injury situation, but my husband does the nutrition, performance training, personal training side. And so we offer, our business is called The Hub.
Yeah.
Our last name is Hubble. It was kind
full service
exactly.
kind of thing, yeah.
So if somebody, just, has an ache or pain, or a parent is worried, they can reach out to us, send us a message. We have our phone numbers, our emails, all of that on there, so we can at least point them in the right direction. Athletic trainers are not the end-all, be-all, but the more you know and the more you see, like I said, I'm the only one here, and for the most part, I reach out to local physicians that we have here if I need them. I'm never afraid to refer, but it's always a team effort. But that's probably the best way to get a hold of us.
Well, it took us a long time to get you up here, but it was
I
really,
know.
really worth the wait. Emma, the trainer, thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you again. Well, we're going to talk again. We've got to get together again.
Now that I've been up here, it's kind of electric.
Remember thehub.com. That's a look at the Potters on the training side with Emma. We're back with more in the pregame right after this.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Here's a quick look back at Potter seasons past.
And a balk in this inning. And we're still not done. 3-3, Potters and Marshalls. Mateo Lake for his first at bat. Coming in for Mason Holt. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball's hit deep to right field. That ball is gone! A home run, Mateo Lake. The Potters. A big home run by Mateo Lake. A 3-run shot. The Potters. 2 balls, no strikes on Brando. Just getting started here. Good crowd out here. Entertained by a national anthem rendition that was tremendous. And here's the 2-0. Hit high to left field. Look up, look up, look out. That's out of here. Jason Brando about 50 feet over the fence in left field. And the Potters are on the board early. They didn't wait 6 2/3 for this one. A 2-run home run by Jason Brando. DH today for the Potters. Line drive left center field, and it doesn't look like anybody's going to get to that one. It'll go all the way to the fence, and it is out of here. That's out of here. A grand slam home run by Brandon Motherall on a line drive that just kept on going. And that makes it 19-2 and a fine line drive by Brandon Motherall. By Dimitri Perry, and here is Johnson. Right back up the middle into center field for a base hit. Panlick rounds third. The throw's going to come into the plate. It is applied. The tag applied, and he is safe at the plate. Safe at the plate. Not agreeing with that is Andrew Sloan, who thought he had the tag and thought the runner did not tag home plate, but he is called safe at the plate, so it's an RBI. Still looking for the first hit, their first hit, the Potters, with 2 outs here in the second. Here's the pitch. Hit well to left center field, and I mean really well. Davis goes back, looks up, forget about that one. Welcome to Lincoln, Andrew Sloan, a home run for Andrew Sloan. And that went to that left center field where all the home runs are going, and I saw that one clearly, and that one was out of here. So Andrew Sloan making a lot of new friends here in Lincoln, California. The pitch. Motherall hits it high and deep to right field. Going back is Cook. He looks up, and it is gone. Brandon Motherall is making this a habit. A 3-run home run, and the Potters grab a 4-2 lead. That's at first Lazard and at third Gutierrez. 1-0. Line drive. That's a fair ball inside the first base line over the first baseman's head. 1 run scores. Lazard rounding third. Ball's in the corner. Isaiah says, I'm going for it. The throw comes in. It's going to be held up. That's a triple for Reese Raggett's 2-run scorer, and the Potters lead this one 6-2.
Coming up, Potters Baseball on Stones Radio Networks.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Here's a quick look back at Potter seasons past.
It was Cheech? Okay, fair enough. Raking ball's hit well to center field. Curtis on his horse. He's going to go back into right center, make a diving try. Did he make the play? I think he did. What a catch. Tagging at second base. Chop foul. I mean, I gave him the address. He said he'd show up. He said, peace and love, I'll be there. And you know, if he says peace and love and does the two peace signs, he's got to. It's like a promise. So I'll be hanging with him, and then we'll go to the show. 2-2 pitch, call strike 3. 7th strikeout for Tonko Susak, and that'll bring up one more guy. For 3 today, batting from the left side against the right-hander Martin. First pitch is line right back up the middle. Shortstop snags it. Chamizo steps on second. Double play Potters. Not really the way they drew it up, but they're going to take it as that suit, so there's no way they can. Can they? 3-2 pitch, call strike 3. Second strikeout for Anthony Perez. First one looking. That'll bring up Ryan Farr, the third baseman. As we said, also out of Cal Lutheran. Ryan Farr was the only name we had in the line. It's hit field by Jarek Curtis. What a blast. Turns around and hits it to right field. I said, well, that's probably a sac fly. That thing's way out of here. And Jarek Curtis is the man of the hour. The Potters lead 4-1. Hit that one up in the air to left field. Going back is Allen. Still going back. He runs out of room. That ball's out of here. Peyton Brennan did it again. So, I don't know. Again, it's Texas, so you don't really know. That's hit out to center field, short center field. Jansen's coming in. He falls down, gets up, makes the catch. And then he's going to throw. It's going to come to third. Chamizo cuts it off. The tag is applied, and I think they got him at third base. They did. And I do believe the run is scored. We'll double check and make sure. Ryan Kroener. High fly ball right field. Going back. Forget about it. A pinch hit home run for Luke Lavin. Fourth Potters home run of the game. 2 balls and 1 strike. Castellanos comes down the line at the 30. That's it sharply down the line at third. What a play by Furry. Gets up, throws it across the diamond on a hop to first. What a play by Trey Furry. The runner could not advance. Off first a little bit. Here's the 1-1. Line drive left field. Garrity's going back. He's still going back. Reaches up. And he can't. He got it. He got it. The throw comes in. First base relay. Double play. Garrity with an unbelievable catch that no one, including me, thought he caught because he was flying away. He jumps up, sticks the ball up in the air, gets it into the second baseman, Auden, who throws to first for the double play.
Potters fans, Potter up.
Hello and welcome to McBean
It's
Stadium
time
in
to
Lincoln,
start the
California
only
for
way we
another
know
exciting
how
night of Lincoln
with
Potters
the
baseball. I'm Mark the Phantom Lowe, alongside my partner, the great Stones McCoy, and engineer Riley. And tonight the Potters return to the Bean off a big win last night in Healdsburg to open a 3-game series against the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Lincoln took 2 of 3 from the Prune Packers, winning last night 7-6 behind winning pitcher Craig Schmidt's 10 strikeouts and home runs from Nolan Wilson and Patrick Herrera. Tonight, the first of the final 3 games of the regular season between the Potters and the Crawdads, with Walnut Creek holding a 3-1 edge. The Potters need to keep winning to ensure their spot in the postseason playoffs and close the gap between them and the Crawdads. So big stakes on the diamond as well as in the booth, as I'm joined by radio legend Mr. Pat Still. And oh yeah, it's Harry Potter night, so whatever. And it all starts with our first pitch right after this short break on the Stones Radio Networks.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
And as the last strains of your Star Spangled Banner, performed by Jimi Hendrix, go over the speakers, we are ready for some baseball. Mark the Phantom Lowe here with you. An exciting night out here at the McBean Stadium. Not because, the Potters won 2 of 3 from the Prune Packers. Not even because Pat Still, the great Pat Still, is joining us in the booth. It's probably because it's Harry Potter night. Pat, are you excited that I brought you out here and brought you out here tonight? I know it's going to kind of conflict with the other things, but it's Harry Potter night. What does that mean to you?
Well, I always wondered why you hadn't done this before. It's a natural. The name is just a natural, but it's 84 degrees tonight.
No, you see what it is? In honor of KNCI, it is 105 on my phone today.
No, that'd be 105.
105.1. When Tom was here, I couldn't remember the point if it was 0.1 or 4 because I don't listen. But anyway.
That's okay. He can't either.
I know. I could tell. He never understood one single word I told him.
You know what's funny, though? The guy I work with, I love him.
I love him, too.
We've worked together for 30 years, and I kept telling him, Phantom keeps asking you to come out here and help.
Yes.
You're going to have a great time. And he didn't, and he didn't, and he didn't. Finally, he did. So he comes in the next Monday. I said, how'd it go? Oh, my God, I had a great time.
Yeah, he was fantastic. We had a lot of fun. And he did get us a W, so there is a little pressure on you to come out here and get us a W. Now, this is what, your 3rd time out here?
1, 2, 3, 4.
4th time out here. Yeah, absolutely. I still remember the first time you came out here, which would have been probably 5 years ago now, and it was like I didn't know how we were going to do it, back and forth or whatever, and it was a blowout. And thankfully you were here because I had nothing. It's like 17-2 or something like that.
Well, that was before this beautiful broadcast booth was built.
Oh,
we
my
were
gosh.
sitting outside, and thank goodness you got it tonight because it's air-conditioned and it's really comfortable, and I hope these guys have their game ready to go. I don't know how hot it gets in Walnut Creek, but if they're a little cooler temperature-wise, maybe they'll melt first.
I'm hoping that's the case. Yeah, as you know, your buddy, the great Stones McCoy, very largely responsible for this whole construction here. So I know you guys were huddling before the game for about a half an hour plotting the overthrow of the country. So, I mean, he was the guy who pretty much put this together.
Well, the big debate was Lincoln Lager or Farmers Brewing.
Okay, I wanted to point this out. Now, look, you're our guest. You come out here. First of all, I guess you thought the game was at 6 because you're here at 5:45 in line out there. The gates aren't even open yet, and you're waving. Here I am.
No, I knew it was 7:15, but I just thought any responsible broadcaster gets here an hour before showtime.
You almost got here before I did. You bring beach hut, you bring beer. It's fantastic. Anyway, Cooper Robinson on the mound for the Potters. Let's get the game started. Ryan Ellis, the first hitter for the Crawdads. Brian DeRoff and Joey Donnelly to follow him. Cooper Robinson, 2-0 on the season, a 1.68 earned run average, 21 strikeouts, Pat, and no walks over 16 innings.
Would you say overall in the Potters he's their most effective pitcher?
Right now he is the most effective pitcher. We've had a lot of pitchers, obviously, that have been effective throughout the summer. We had a couple early on that got their innings and had to go back to their school. Peyton Stumbo was one. He just got drafted by the Pirates in the 20th round. He was really effective. That's flied out to left field. Moving back is Johnson, still moving back, reaches up at the fence and makes the catch in left field for the first out. Ryan Ellis comes in at 391, so a very tough out there for Cooper Robinson. One down, and that'll bring up Brian DeRoff. And Riley, let's pull up the defensive alignment for your Potters. Alexander Johnson in left field. Tyler Garrity in center. Nolan Wilson is over in right tonight. Reuben Church at third. Luke Odden at short. Patrick Herrera at second. Dominic Rodriguez first base. Luke Lavin behind the plate. Cooper Robinson on the mound, and Ben Higdon is our designated hitter, not Big Higdon, as it said earlier in the evening. So that's a very good, that's a line drive up the middle into center field for a base hit. That's Brian DeRoff with a single. So, Pat, you come out here, action starts right away. We got fly balls, we got line drives, we got everything going on.
I got to say, Ben Higdon, even though it said Big Higdon, maybe that's the start of the nickname.
I think so. Pat looked up, and we had the alignments up on the monitor before the game, and I don't know, Riley had some sort of problem with something, and he hit his funny bone on the table, so he typed Big Higdon instead of Ben Higdon. So, a star is born.
Make it stick.
Okay, we'll call him Big Higdon. You know, his mom's listening. She's in Kentucky and watching.
What part
Grandma
of Kentucky?
is in Florida. Paducah, Kentucky. As you know.
Okay.
Yeah. Grandma's in Florida. I don't know what part of Florida Grandma is in.
Okay.
But she stays up late, takes naps during the day so she can watch the games at night. Fastball is
well, then hi to Grandma. I hope things are well in Florida. I grew up in Cincinnati, so I know Kentucky pretty well.
Okay. I didn't know how you were going to make the Cincinnati to Florida connection, but you did very well with the Kentucky.
Usually
Fantastic.
from Cincinnati to Kentucky, that's where we went to get all our illegal fireworks.
Okay, very well done. 1-0 from Robinson. He'll throw to first. He got DeRoff leaning the wrong way, but Brian gets back. Joey Donnelly, 2 home runs, 20 runs batted in on the summer, 341.
Hey, let me ask, is there a pitch clock?
There is not a pitch clock, although you can see Stones in the corner probably counting things down, just going 1, 2, like that. He likes to do that. Swung on and missed by Donnelly. Joey from Alamo, California, University of California at Berkeley, left-handed hitter. Matt King to follow him, the cleanup man, the shortstop for the Crawdads. Crawdads in second place in the CCL North, just 2 games behind the Healdsburg Prune Packers. And Pat, the Potters just took a series from Healdsburg. That's outside for a ball.
Look, anytime you sweep the Prune Packers,
well, they didn't sweep them. I'm not going to say they swept them. They took 2 out of 3 in both games. Ironically, I guess we're on the road. It's hard to win in Healdsburg, and the Potters did it twice this week. So the Potters at 13-13 in conference play, right in third place, right ahead of the Sonoma Stompers, who were a game behind. Here's Robinson, swung on and missed by Donnelly. That's at 93 miles an hour. And, Pat, I hope you see that we've added the monitor for you. The guest monitor.
Oh, my
Stones
gosh.
is very excited. He says, I'm doing this for Pat.
I really appreciate that.
Yeah, and it's got the miles an hour. It's got all kinds of info on there for you as long as Riley keeps up on it. You never know. He might hit his phony bone.
You have a Rapsodo on the pitcher, do you?
Yeah.
Swing and a miss.
Well done. Call it, brother. Call it.
Well, you hesitated. I thought maybe
I hesitated because I was looking over at the other side. I didn't know what you were talking about. 2 outs, and here's Matt King. 333 from Matt King.
Look, I hope I hope he has just a great game, and he's starting out pretty well. I hope he's effective, but I hope when they're ready to bring somebody in, it's Justin Still, my family.
Is he family or is he just name family?
He's name family, but that's family.
Okay, well, can we do – it's only 2 outs in the first inning. We have a long time to go to get family in, okay? I'll work on it. I'll call down to JP. In fact, I'll talk to you about this after this pitch outside for a ball. We talked to Coach Mike Marjama every game in the top of the 5th. I'll mention to Mike, if it hasn't happened by then, we'd like to see Justin in the ball game. Yeah, hopefully he's still here.
Part of the Still family from Chandler, Arizona. Shout out.
You said Cincinnati, so I guess it's a far-flung Still family.
Oh, yeah. We're all over the place.
Swing and a miss, 93 again by Robinson.
Kind of like this broadcast.
Already? Already. Well, you bring the beach hut.
Look, if he's sitting at 93, I'm guessing can touch 95, 96.
Well, we'll see. I mean, sometimes it's stuck at 93 because it doesn't change. We have to. It's still an early system, Pat. I'm sorry. Throw it to first base and the runner is back. I got to be honest with you. I know you're excited about 93. It could have been from yesterday's game. I don't know.
That's an app you don't have yet.
That's exact. I don't have any apps. You know that. I have them all. I just don't know what to do with them. Robinson checks at first base. Cooper out of Folsom, California. Runner looks like he might want to go, but he doesn't. And a fastball's on that outside corner for a strike.
Great pitch.
1-2. And if you'll notice, the 93 never changed. So either he's very consistent at 93, and that's what Riley see. Riley doesn't like it when I take shots at him. Yeah, he does not like that. He has grown a lot over the summer. At the beginning of the summer, I could have said anything to him, and he wouldn't have cared. Now he's in my face all the time. Maybe it's because you're here. I don't know. 1-2 coming up. There goes the runner. It's high for a ball, and it gets away from Luke Lavin behind the plate. A stolen base for Brian DeRoff. So he's in scoring position. 2 balls and 2 strikes now on Matt King. 2 outs here in the top of the first, just getting started from McBean Stadium. A very warm evening, but Pat, great crowds out here all year. And, they brave the heat. They come out here, and, by about the third inning, it's very, very pleasant out here.
This is a great ballpark.
It is a great ballpark.
And they've had a lot of upgrades over the past 3 or 4 years, so it's perfect. Perfect night for baseball.
That's a line down the right field line out of play. Yeah, you're
Do not hit my car.
You parked over there?
Yeah, I did.
Now, that is I forgot how early you got here. You could have probably parked right next to the clubhouse.
It was open.
I know it was open because it was 4:30. Come on. Yeah, you are in a unique position because you come out here once a year. It really, any changes and stuff, you're going to notice them.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on the thing, you can look right up there, and there you are right there.
There's a lot more shade.
There's a lot more shade. 2-2 pitch by Robinson. Outside. 3-2 on Matt King. Cole Fellows, left fielder, is on deck for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. As we mentioned, just 2 games behind the Prune Packers, with Crawdads and Potters have 9 games left. The other couple of teams only have 6 or 7 games left. So that's what's happening in conference play. That's line down the right field line. I had Pat's car again.
This is a good battle.
You should not have mentioned that your car was down there, because I think Mr. King is going to try to get you. Well, the Crawdads are an excellent ball club. They've won 3 of the 4 games between the 2 teams so far this season. Potters will have 2 of these next 3 games. Tonight and Sunday will be at home, and tomorrow they're down in Walnut Creek. Swung on and missed. He got him on strikes at 94 miles an hour. So the Potters retire.
He strikes out the number 3 and 4 hitters. That's a good inning.
Very good inning. Nothing for the Crawdads in the first. Coming to the bottom of the first, it's Crawdads nothing. Potters coming to bat.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis, or call 916-259-2739.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the first from McBean Stadium. Potters hold the Crawdads scoreless in the top of the inning. They'll take on Dylan McShane, all 6'9", 225 pounds of him, the right-hander out of the University of Oregon. 1-1 on the season, a 5.27 ERA, 13 2/3 innings, 8 strikeouts, and 11 base on balls. The Potters will throw up Luke Odden, then Reuben Church and Nolan Wilson in the top of the first, or the bottom of the first inning. Pat still is here with me, and Pat, I got to mention, whenever we mention the velo, I was told by the guys over to our left, CB and the guys, we got to give them credit because they're the ones that are working the track man over there. So
okay.
I just, they don't want to be forgotten. I think they're trying to impress you. I think really is what's going on.
Look, at 6'9", which this pitcher is, by the time you stride and throw, you're throwing from 50 feet.
There you go. So what do you want Luke, the switch hitting shortstop, to do? Fastball is in there for a strike. That's at 88. Luke at 283 on the season, but he's picked up 21 walks on the year as well. So his on-base percentage right by 500. I would know exactly what it is if Pat hadn't stolen the info sheet. 513 to be exact.
There you go.
There you go.
If you asked me what I wanted him to do, is there a way that he could get me a beverage and get on base?
Every piece of paper that I need you have under your beer. So
you gave it to me.
I know I did. I was trying to be friendly. Luke takes that one right down the middle for a strike again at 88. So it's 0-2 on Luke Otten. 283, 513 on base percentage, 11 runs batted in, 18 runs scored for Luke. Out of Scottsdale, Arizona, McShane delivers outside for a ball. 6'9", 225 for Dylan McShane. Otten will be followed by
He must
Ruben
have
Church.
good off-speed stuff. So for a guy that's 6'9", you would expect him to really bring it. His fastball, I know right there, was 85 miles an hour.
Yeah, 8 strikeouts over 13 2/3 innings. So strikeouts isn't really what he's been going for, at least so far. But, just 13 2/3 innings, not a real large sample size. That one is swing and a miss by Otten. So that's 89, but it looked a lot faster. And Otten is down on strikes for the first out here in the bottom of the first. Then he'll bring up Ruben Church. Ruben playing at third base today from Maryville, Tennessee, University of Kentucky. Let's look defensively at the Crawdads. Cole Fellows in left, Griffin Harrison is in center, and Brian Duroff in right. Max Farfan, the third baseman, Matt King at short. Ryan Ellis, second base, Joey Donnelly at first. Ryder Helfrich behind the plate, Dylan McShane on the mound, and your DH today is Tyson Pointer for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Here's the first pitch on the way. It's a fastball, and it misses. 1 ball and no strike, so he's up to 89. He might, a couple of times, Pat, as I'm sure you know, these guys take an inning or so to get going, and all of a sudden they'll reach their peak at about the third inning or so. 1-0 pitch is chopped down to the third base, handled by Farfan across the diamond to get him in first by a couple steps. So Church is retired 5-3, 2 outs, and Nolan Wilson, who's been on a tear lately for the Potters, 10 of his last 15. And a home run in the game yesterday against the Prune Packers, which the Potters won 7-6.
So what exactly happens on Harry Potter night?
That's a great question, because until you just mentioned it again, I forgot it was Harry Potter night. But a lot of times when you have your characters, Pat, a lot of times they'll be behind us in the concourse down there, and fans will see them and they'll get pictures and stuff, and we don't see them all that much out here in the front. But it's just, there's a line drive out to center field. Coming on. It's Harrison. He can't get it.
By him.
It's down there, and it's by him and rounding first. But staying there is Nolan Wilson. So Wilson stays on with the first hit of the ball game, a single to center. And Patrick Herrera will come to the plate. Make that the second hit of the ball game. We had a single in the top of the first. Yeah, so sometimes Harry, and I'm hoping Harry's here. Because, it's tough to have Harry Potter night without Harry. You say, well, Harry can't make it. He's sending Hermione. That doesn't cut it with the kids.
He's a busy guy.
Well, yeah, he's busy. There's a lot of Harry Potter nights at a lot of stadiums around the country.
He fights snakes in between.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's got that. He's got the tongue. He can talk to him. He's like a Slytherin, so it's okay. Fastball is in there, 87. But like you say, Pat, at 6'9", 87 might as well be 93 because it's getting on you that much sooner. 0-1 on Herrera, who's homered in 3 of his last 4 games. His average is up to 317, 4 home runs, 11 runs batted in. Outside with a breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. You always got to check the Brick and Barrel backyard down the right field line and see what the line's like down there. Because that is like a sports bar down there, Pat. We've got TVs in there. You get your drinks. Herrera takes outside again.
Warm night like
watch
tonight.
the game. Watch the game
Yep.
on TV.
You got a bunch of misters down there.
Oh, the misters are fine. Yeah. And then you go down to the VIP section, which is always, that's the place to be.
It's like having an incredible backyard with a bunch of your friends over.
Yeah. And a couple people you probably don't like. Swing and a miss by Herrera, 2-2. But, yeah, mostly your friends, yeah. And you got a ball game. You're hanging out. You got, what'd you get, Lincoln Lager? And we got Lincoln Lager down the right field line.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you're right. It's kind of like having a Coolest backyard barbecue ever. 2-2 pitch. That's out. No, on the outside corner call, strike 3. Herrera's down on strikes. 2 strikeouts for McShane in the bottom of the first. We go to the second, still no score.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the second from McBean Stadium, 0-0. Cooper Robinson out for his second inning of work against the Crawdads. They'll send up Cole Fellows, Tyson Pointer, and Max Farfan. Pat Steele from KNCI is our special guest. He brought Beach Hut, so he's already our best friend. I mean, I don't know. He got here an hour and a half early and brought Beach Hut and then went down and got beer. So, Pat, you're already the MVP of tonight.
Well, I knew you were hungry.
I was hungry, absolutely hungry. It's a long day already. You know that, my friend.
We'll have to make another food run for you about the fifth inning.
About the fifth inning is a good idea. Yeah, absolutely. Cole Fellows starting it off. He is 306 on the season with a pair of home runs. 22 batted in.
There's the Harry Potter crew.
Cole out of Clovis, California. There we go. What do we got? So we got Hagrid. We got McGonagall. We got, what's his name?
Some guy in a wizard hat.
Gandalf or whatever his name is. And who's the first one? See, we don't have, where's Harry?
Harry's not here.
We couldn't afford Harry.
No.
Oh, probably Harry probably went to the AA game or something tonight. Yeah. And we got Hagrid looks pretty good. That's a good Hagrid.
It is a good Hagrid. He's a big dude.
And is one big Hagrid dude. McGonagall, Hagrid. Maybe that's Hermione in the front, and then Gandalf. No, Gandalf is the other one. What's his name? Dumbledore. That's who it is. Dumbledore.
You're already too deep into it for me.
I'm in the Harry Potter. I mean, the kids were just at the age when you read books to your kids. I mean, they were the age when Harry Potter was out, so it was perfect.
See all the movies?
Oh, saw the movies, read the books, did it all. It was great. It was a great time. That's why I'm so disappointed there's no Harry. He's my guy, man.
You gonna be all right?
Actually, Ron Weasley's my guy, and he's not down there either. 3 balls and 1 strike, according to my scoreboard right here. So that's what I'm going to call on Cole Fellows. Opening up the top of the second inning, Tyson Pointer to follow. That's chopped out towards second. Herrera's going to have to come in on that when he gets on the hop. Guns it over to first for the out. So Fellows is out 4-3, brings up Tyson Pointer. Tyson at 227. He does have 6 home runs on the season. Richardson, Texas, and University of Texas at Arlington. Now, I know you're disappointed back because it's not the combat fighting guys and the knights in the suits of armor.
Yeah, the medieval guys.
We love those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of glad for them that they're not here tonight. I can't imagine wearing all that armor.
It's a tough night. I mean, it's a tough night for the left side of the infield with the sun and everything in their eyes. Can you imagine what it's like for wearing armor out there? First pitch is a ball, 1-0 on Tyson Pointer. Max Farfan on deck. Swing and a miss. That's 92 from Cooper Robinson, courtesy of our guys on the track man, CB, and I think his name's Zip Tie because he doesn't know how to use zip ties. I guess they had some kind of project they were doing earlier on in the season, and they gave him zip ties. He had no idea what to do with them, so that's what they call him now. But his name's Matt, and he's a good dude.
Matt? Is that true?
Yeah.
You didn't know what to do with the zip ties? Okay. Hey, you know what? You're young. You learn.
That's how you learn things.
You want to get this stuff in your tool belt before you get married.
You got to know what to do with zip ties.
You're right. And your wife asked you, here's some zip ties, go take care of it. You give her the blank look.
You give her, hey, I never learned.
That is not going to be a good day.
No, but he'll be able to go, yeah, when I was on the Potter staff, I had to deal with these things, and now he's going to be equipped for
But she won't want to hear the story. She just wants you to get it done.
She won't want to hear anything from him. That's a ball, 3-2. I can only imagine what kind of lucky lady would land Mr. Zip Tie over there. Oh, my gosh. 3-2 on Max Farfan. Or on Tyson Pointer, Farfan on deck. Chop back over the middle. That's going to get into center field for the second hit of the game for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Pointer singles up the middle. And that will bring up Max Farfan, the third baseman out of Soledad, California. University of Illinois at Chicago. Has 9 home runs on the summer. That's an impressive power number, Mr.
That is a pretty good stat.
Yes, I know you know baseball, but that's a pretty good power number right there.
So this is a big out if he can get it.
There you go. Yeah, he's got a runner at first base and 1 out here in the top of the second. Potters won 3 of their last 6. They played Walnut Creek, and they won 1 of 3 with Walnut Creek, won 2 of 3 against Healdsburg. The 2 top teams in the conference or in the division. There goes the runner at first base dancing off, and Cooper Robinson sees him. All 3 of those wins on the road. Kind of crazy.
Do they have a better road record than home?
I have got to go to my numbers. We'll have to ask Zip Tie on that one. He can do the research there, but I don't know if you've already alienated him.
He is not paying attention.
There goes the runner dancing off first again. Throw over to first again, and the tag is slapped on too late by first baseman Dominic Rodriguez. Yeah, just surprising because you don't win too many series against the Prune Packers. They're an excellent ball club, and to win 2 or 3 in their place is really rare.
There
goes the runner. That's a strike. I believe the throw to second base is going to be just a little bit too late. And the big jump by Pointer gets him to stolen base.
Yeah, that was a good throw, but he was just way ahead.
Yeah, you want to try to keep him close. He was doing the dancing thing every time. And so if the one time you don't check him, he takes off. But it is an 0-1 count on Max Farfan. 259 hitter with those 9 home runs and 31 runs batted in. Ryder Helfrich, the catcher, to follow Max. That's fouled back to the screen, 0-2. On Max Farfan. For 1 the last time the Walnut Creek Crawdads came to town. They pulled out a 9-6 win over the Potters. 0-2 pitch outside. Nice play by Luke Lavin behind the plate to keep that one from going back to the backstop. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Farfan. Actually, a pretty the shadows are covering the field, makes it a lot easier for those guys on the left side, the infield and in the outfield.
Get out of my head. I was just thinking the late start probably took that a lot of those away.
Yeah. That's outside again, 2-2. Yeah, we've seen a lot when they start at 6:05, sometimes at 6:35. Certainly, even the infielders on the high hoppers, it gets lost in that sun. It's really tough for them to gauge. So that is one kind of a benefit of starting a little bit later.
And the turf is so fast that you could get by it quickly.
Pointer dancing off of second base, trying to be held over there by Herrera. Here's the 2-2, swung on and missed. 93 from Cooper Robinson, 3rd strikeout for Cooper Robinson, and now he's got a Ryder Helfrich.
I think he zip-tied him up.
I know you like zip-tie, don't you? You like that guy, I know. and Big Higdon. You're getting the nicknames going today. I like that. Zip-tie would be a good name for a pitcher.
All right, who's this dude?
This is Ryder Helfrich, the catcher. He comes to us courtesy of Discovery Bay, California, and the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville. He's hitting .278. He has 6 runs batted in for the summer. Right-handed hitter against the right-hander Cooper Robinson. There goes the runner, and the pitch is in there. Throws 30 is under the tag. Nothing that Lavin could do on that one, as that again was a good jump by Tyson Pointer. So he's worked his way over to third base by underhanded methods, I call it. But he's over there nonetheless. Let's see if that was a strike. I think it was a strike call. Let's see. No, he calls it a ball, so it's 1-0.
I wonder if the guy's that fast or if it's something they're seeing on Cooper Robinson, that he is maybe not as quick to the plate.
I think he just had it in his mind. Remember, over at first base, he was just going to go. He was just trying to figure out when was the best time. That's a high fastball. I mean, he had in his mind he was going to steal. I don't know that they've seen Cooper enough to know exactly about his move or whatever, but I just think that when he got on first, Pointer was, you saw him over there dancing every pitch. He was just trying to find the right time to go. 2-0 on Helfrich. That's in there for a strike, 2-1. That's at 92 miles an hour. Cooper Robinson from Folsom, California, and UC Irvine. 6'4", 220 pounds. Here's the 2-1. Hit high up in the air down the right field line and out of play over toward Pat's car. Again, I don't know why you put the car over there. You've been to a couple of games.
When I go home, I'm going to have like 8 baseballs.
In the dents, it's going to be sitting in the dent. You get some souvenirs that way. There you go. 2-2 now on Helfrich. Griffin Harrison, the number 9 hitter, in the on-deck circle for the Walnut Creek Crawdads.
He's dancing again off at third.
He's dancing. He's doing a little dancing. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Lavin. I just got a text. This is really important. What does Pat think of the new center field camera and broadcast monitors?
Wonder who that text came from.
I don't know. I have no idea. It's a blocked number. I can't tell who it was. I'm surprised he just didn't walk forward 3 steps and ask himself. I don't know. Full count on Helfrich. Swing and a miss. Gets back to the backstop, picked up by the catcher Lavin. He's going to gun it down to first to get him by a step.
Nice job.
So that was one of the oddest missed third strikes I've seen in a long time.
I was watching from the center field camera, and it looked good.
How did it look on the monitor?
Awesome.
No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the second. Crawdads nothing, Potters nothing.
Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the second inning, Potters and Crawdads nothing. Pat, you just saw your first, I'm sorry, Pat is not. Pat Steele from KNCI, our honored guest, is busy talking to Stones, so he's not part of the broadcast right now. And Riley, I don't know what to do. I mean, I got a guy up here. He's no headphones on, and he's talking to Stones. We got Piper with the race. He got your first wipeout. I wanted to get your reaction. That guy just did a face plant down at first base.
Yeah, and apparently he's what, your general manager's son?
I don't want to spread rumors. You know that. Come on, I don't have that verified.
I felt bad for the kid. He looks like he's maybe 4 or 5.
He's probably 4 or 5.
But it's one of those videos that, after you realize he's okay, you keep that video forever as for, like his first prom date or his real first.
And his wedding, even his wedding.
Like, hey, remember this? Remember when you wiped out? You didn't even make it to first base?
And then Piper had the lead, as always, right midway down the third baseline.
Yeah, Piper didn't even stop to help. He stepped over him.
No, he stepped over the kid. May have kicked him. I don't know. But then he obviously didn't hydrate or something because it looked like he pulled up lame there coming into home plate.
Look, if you're coming out here to McBean Park, you're going to see some great baseball and also some very competitive sideshows.
Incredibly
And if you're not ready for it, you could get planted.
Dominic Rodriguez is our first hitter, and he takes a strike. Dom playing at first base today. Out of Turlock, California, 225 on the summer. No home runs and 6 runs batted in. He's followed by Luke Lavin and then Big Higdon.
Big.
Yeah, that's what we're calling him. That's chopped foul at the plate, so it's 0-2. I mean, if we don't call him that, it may never catch on. So if we just, we'll try it, see if he gets a base hit, then it'll stay. If it doesn't, then we know it's not good.
It starts
It's karma,
tonight.
baby. It starts tonight. This time it's personal.
And how about this? And you can use this free of charge. He hits a home run, go big and go home.
Done and done. If he does, you can say it. 0-2. Outside with a slider, 1-2. I mean, you've earned that right. Next time I want to talk to you, don't be talking to Stones. I mean, that was just kind of like embarrassing.
Well, he was telling me all about the young man that wiped out.
That's it. And that's information we did need to have.
Yeah, he had good intel.
Hit down the first base line at the first baseman. He's got it over to first. Donnelly and tags the bag to retire Dominic Rodriguez. Hit it pretty hard, but hit it right at Joey Donnelly at first base. One down here in the second. Luke Lavin, the catcher, coming up to the plate. Had 257, a freshman out of Laguna Creek, California, headed for Stanford University.
So he's just
he's got a little bit,
right after his senior year in high school.
That's exactly
He's
right, my
young.
young friend. He's a young fella, and he's got a real nice swing, and he's real good behind the plate. So a big future for him. I'm doing fine. I am trying to broadcast the game, so it's cool though. And it doesn't matter, just whatever. I mean, it's fine. In there for a strike. Fans approach me all the time. I'm very approachable, Pat, as you know. I don't lord my superstar status over
you're
anybody.
the fan favorite, of course.
Probably, yeah, absolutely. I mean, why not? 0-1 on Lavin. 0-2 now. They just chased my fan away. Way to go, Pat.
I think he feels bad. You made him feel bad.
No, I'm sorry. Come back, please. Come back. He gave me the peace sign.
All he wanted was an autograph.
He gave me a finger. I don't know which one. 0-2. I will sign. I'll sign it.
You're going to look at Facebook later and realize you lost a friend.
I did lose a friend, and I can't afford that. I can't afford because they're dwindling. 0-2 from McShane. Swing and a miss. Got him on strikes at 89. 2 outs here quickly in the second inning. And Mr. Big Higdon. Ben Big Higdon's coming to the plate. Out of Paducah, Kentucky. 241 on the season. He does have a trio of home runs and 13 runs batted in. See, there's the general manager. It's his kid that fell down. He seems to be fine. So that's going to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
A few stitches, he'll be good.
Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. Lines it down the left field line, but it's fell over by the grassy knoll area, one of my favorite areas down there. Pitch an umbrella in there in the grassy knoll and just enjoy the ball game.
Get the Zapruder replay, see what it looked like.
We have replay. I don't know if Riley knows how to use it yet, but, it's kind of like a Zapruder thing. It's got that grainy quality. It's very nice. Alexander Johnson on deck. Higdon pops that one down the third base line again over by the grassy knoll. A little bit further to the left. Kind of split between the bounce house and the grassy knoll, two of the top attractions here at McBean Stadium. So quickly 0-2 on Higdon. Left-hander out of Paducah, Kentucky. Waits for McShane's 0-2 pitch. Outside with a fastball. 1-2. Now, I remember last inning when Herrera took one outside, so I was a little bit nervous for Ben there.
I was thinking the same thing.
I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, I was just a little bit nervous.
Outside the chalk, though, so we're good.
Well, I mean, it's going to hurt your nickname if the first time up you strike out. So, I mean, it's not going to help us trying to get that nickname in. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Ben, a.k.a. Big. Fastball inside corner, call strike 3.
Man, he's got a wide strike zone, this guy.
There you go on strike 3 he does. 1, 2, 3 for the Potters in the second. We go to the third. Crawdads nothing, Potters nothing.
Astro Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go.
I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you.
After you.
Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Moving into the top of the third inning, Griffin Harrison, then the top of the order, Ryan Ellis and Brian DeRoff for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Nothing so far. Cooper Robinson and Dylan McShane dueling. Cooper with 4 strikeouts in the first 2 innings. He has given up 2 hits. McShane has given up 1 hit and has 4 strikeouts of his own. A couple of his have been on the called third strike variety as he's working on that generous corner that Pat has identified.
Well, he wants to get the game in. We started late.
That's right. We did start late. He wants to get the game in, make sure. Now, you got a lot of shaved ices down there. Fastball is, see, that's the same corner and he's outside.
See, how is...
Those things are huge, dude. How do you make it?
How is that a ball and one further out was a strike?
1-0. Welcome to summer. High for a ball, 2-0. I was marveling over the shaved ice, and there's our axe throwing champion who hit 3 out of 4 on the. He was pretty good.
There was axe throwing in between.
Of course,
innings.
there's axe throwing. Come on, that's in there for a strike. We've got axe throwing, we've got air guitar, we've got dance contests, we've got races, we've got all kinds of stuff. We haven't got Jeremiah the Juggler back from year 1 or year 2. That's a crusade. Is just me. That is outside for a ball, 3-1. And again, the armored medieval guys are not. They don't make an appearance maybe once a year, and they've already been out here once early in the season this time. Hopefully, we'll get them back. Just 4 dates left after tonight. That's high for a ball. So start off the inning with the first walk issued by Cooper Robinson this summer. And down to first base is the number 8 hitter, Griffin Harrison. Or number 9 hitter, and here's Ryan Ellis.
Look at it this way. He got it out of the way.
Got it out of the way, and now Ryan Ellis, who fly deep to left field his first time up. Comes up here with a runner on. .391 for Ryan on the summer. 3 home runs and 22 runs batted in. Out of Peoria, Arizona. University of Texas at Arlington. So let's see if Griffin Harrison tries to take off as Pointer did back in the second inning. First pitch is swung on a miss, took something off that one at 81, 0-1. Robinson is at 6'4". He does take a little time to release that ball from the stretch. So it does give you that extra half second you need to get the stolen base. 0-1 now on Ellis. Ruben Church in at third base against the left-hand hitting Ellis with nobody out and a runner at bay at first. Takes his time. Here's the 0-1. It's lined foul down the left field line over by the grassy knoll.
One of the cool things to learn about Robinson is he was a 3-sport athlete at Folsom High School. Baseball, basketball, football.
6'4", 220. Yeah, if you're 6'4" and 220, the football coach on campus is going to take a look at you, isn't he? You know, say, is some way I can work that into a wide receiver kind of situation?
He's going to get you out there.
He's going to get you out there. 0-2 on Ellis. Brian DeRoff on deck for the Crawdads. Here's the 0-2. Grounded down to first base, but foul over by the Potters dugout, so it stays 0-2 on Ryan Ellis. It's kind of settled into kind of a pleasant day. I mean, it's probably still a little bit heated out there, but people are very comfortable as they motate down the first base line to the Brick and Barrel backyard, as I suspect that you have done on many occasions.
Once tonight already, carrying those 2 all the way back. Here's the 0-2. There goes the runner, swung on and grounded down the first base line, foul again. And a fine stop over there by the first base coach. You know, there are first base coach and third base coach defensive rankings, and that actually gets a lot of points for the Walnut Creek Crawdad guy. A lot of coaches just, they'll look at it disdainfully and just let it go by. He made a play.
I like it. You try it. Get out there and try. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right?
Yeah, it's like when you watch the Giants, they've got those people on the sideline.
Yes,
or foul territory.
Ball people.
And they miss like 90% of the ground balls.
But if they catch it, they're a hero.
Right.
They're incredibly hero. You could be like a folk hero if you catch 2 grounders in a row. 0-2 coming up to Ellis. Let's see if Harrison goes, but he is chased back by the pickoff move from Cooper Robinson. So he will settle back. 0-2 on Ellis. Top of the third here, no score. Potters coming off a win last night. Crawdads also winners last night. They took care of the Mudcats, swept that series against Solano. Leading off from first base is Griffin Harrison. He got a walk to open the top of the third. 0-2 coming up from Robinson. Takes his time, comes to the plate with it. It's high and it's inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Pat Still from KNCI. What's coming up as far as you got some big rock festivals coming up or anything?
I have no idea. They don't tell me anything.
I know. I kind of hope they would keep things from you. Just go in, do your show, and go home.
Well, we've got Country in the Park 2 coming up September 9th. That's a Saturday at Heart Health Park where the Sac Republic plays. Cole Swindell is out there. Should be a good time. Those tickets, kncifm.com. Buy several. They're only $40.
That's very, very, very reasonable.
Yeah, I've done my job for the night. That's the reason I'm here. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
You guys take care.
I got you in. That's what your PD wanted.
That's
Okay,
right.
get him out of here.
Drop the call letters.
Oh, my gosh.
Promote the show and go home.
2 more beers and get out of here. 1-2 on Ryan Ellis. Take his time, and there goes the runner again. That looked like a good pitch. The throw to second base is going to be too late.
I think it was low.
A little bit too low, so it's 2-2 in the steal of second base by Harrison. Now he is in scoring position with nobody out, and a 2-2 count on Ryan Ellis, who's driven in 22 runs this summer.
I don't want to jinx anything, but has anybody put any scientific work into why the ball travels so well here at McBean Park?
Well, I mean, because of
there are routine fly balls that almost get out of here.
Well, but it's odd that you mention that after a throw to second base.
Well, I'm just thinking this guy, his first at bat, it was
He
like
did-
a little pop
no.
up and it went all the way to the wall.
No, you totally nailed that one because that's exactly what happened. 2-2 coming up. That's chopped down to first base. That is a foul ball. Yeah, he did hit one to opposite field. Left-handed hitter hit one to left field. Now that's not a big poke out to left field, but that thing did carry about 20 more feet than I thought it was off the bat. It's got to be air pressure, condensation.
Lincoln is what, 160, 170 feet above sea level? It's not like you're in Reno.
I think it's 3,000. I really do. I think it's very deceptive. I think it's very deceptive here. It seems really level, but we're way up there.
I know one of the years that Jessup played here, one of their first years, I think they led the league in home runs.
And they had some bombers on that team. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Got Ellis on strikes.
That's a
Big strikeout.
Great pitch.
Robinson's 5th strikeout, and brings up Brian Duroff, still in scoring position, Griffin Harrison, but the big strikeout of Ellis. Duroff singled his first time up, so he is 1 for 1 in this one. Right-handed hitter. Brian comes out of Danville, California, UNC Charlotte. 224 on the season, make that 274, can't read my own writing. 1 home run and 24 runs batted in.
UNC Charlotte is a great baseball team, so this guy goes to school a long ways from home.
He goes to school a long way. Well, we have that all the time in the summer. That's on the corner for a strike. We've got guys from Tulane. We get guys from East Coast, Yukon. I remember we had guys from Yukon. So it's all over the place. You bring them out to California. Get them to California for the summer. Come on, have some fun.
A couple of years ago, you had a guy from Bowling Green State University.
That's hit sharply. They're right at shortstop into left field for a base hit. Let's see if the runner is held. He is as the throw comes in and it's cut off. Throw came in from Alex Johnson in left field. So Duroff is now 2 for 2. Going to third is Griffin Harrison, and with 2 on and just 1 out, Joey Donnelly coming to the plate. He struck out his first time up, but he's got 20 runs batted in on the summer with a pair of home runs out of Alamo, California. Left-hand hitting Donnelly, playing at first base for the Crawdads tonight. So a walk to Harrison, a stolen base, and a single by Duroff, and the Crawdads are pretty much in business here in the top of the third against Cooper Robinson. Let's see what's going on with Duroff at first base. Donnelly takes that one down low for a ball. And Duroff had a very good secondary lead on that one, but chose not to go. I would not be surprised to see him take off in this at-bat.
Looked like he was trying to draw a throw.
Harrison down at third base. He got the walk to open the inning. Robson checking over at first base. DeRoff, not a big lead over there, but looks like he wants to get going to me. That's inside for a ball. A fastball at 91 from Robinson. Lavin grabs it before it can get back to the backstop. So 2-0 now on Donnelly. Matt King, the shortstop, on deck. Donnelly and King both strikeout victims of Robinson back in the first inning. The situation a little bit different now as runners at first and third. The cowbells are coming out. That's nice to hear from the Potter faithful. That's broken bat, ground ball, foul down the first base line, and that's got to feel. He's got that little part of the bat. Come on, he's got to walk over, hand it to somebody. That's kind of embarrassing, really.
Barrel the bat wound up by your first baseman.
Yeah, if you don't have a big budget, that's your only bat. You say, I don't have another bat.
Now you got to go consult with your best friend on the team.
Can I use your bat, dude? No, man, that's my bat. Happens all the time. I think it happens on the pro level. I think it happens in the major leagues. Shohei Ohtani breaks his bat.
Yeah, that's it. He's got to go to Trout.
Trout, you're not using them. You're in the injury list. No, I don't think so, Shohei, okay? Those are my bats. Those are right-handed bats, not left-handed bats. 2 on, 1 out here in the third. 2 balls and 1 strike now on Joey Donnelly. DeRoff, I just got a feeling, Pat. I just got a feeling from DeRoff. I don't know. 2-1 pitch. He's not going. That's lined into right center field. That's going to be a base hit. It'll score Harrison, and DeRoff's rounding second. He'll make it out to third, picked up by Tyler Garrity. Hits the cutoff man. So it's an RBI single for Donnelly, 1-0 for the Crawdads. Moving all the way over to third is Brian DeRoff. And at first now is Joey Donnelly picking up RBI number 21 on the season. Matt King coming up here, the shortstop, the cleanup hitter. So the Crawdads draw first blood here in the top of the third. They lead it 1-0. A walk and a couple singles.
This guy struck out his first time, right?
He did, but so did Donnelly, and Donnelly came in with the base hit right there. I would take another strikeout if that's what you're implying.
I just want to point out one thing to you. The guy batting, he ain't Donnelly.
Okay, there you go. That's why you're here. That and to drop the call letters, okay? That's nice. Get the website out there. Swing and a miss by Matt King at 91.
Uh-huh.
Cole Fellows on deck. Let's see if there's any base running chicanery with Joey Donnelly over there.
None of those shenanigans. You stay put there, mister.
I saw the third base coach doing some things over there, so I think there might be something going on, although there's not a big lead by Donnelly. There he goes. Outside for a ball throw down to second base. The tag is going to be late, I think, and he is in there. Holding at third was Brian DeRoff. So Donnelly, as we predicted, takes off, steals the base, takes the force, takes the double play out of play, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count now on Matt King. Second and third, 1-ball, 1-strike on King. Line drive, that's into right center field. That's a base hit. 1 run will score, probably 2. The throw will come in and is cut off. It is a 2-run single by Matt King, and the Crawdads lead 3-0. King picks up RBIs 21 and 22. Third hit of the inning for the Crawdads.
Both of those hits, solid contact, but you wouldn't call them that. They're not really hitting the ball hard off of Robinson.
Good placement, though, and good situational hitting. And Brock Raggets is going to go out and talk to Cooper Robinson and try to settle him down a little bit. Yeah, we've got a walk and then a couple of base hits. 2 runs are in, 3-0. Still early in this ball game, Pat, as you know, but you want to try to quell this as quickly as possible. And Brock Raggets goes out, and he's really good. Has been really good over the last 2 years when he's been the pitching coach. Has gone out and settling pitchers down, really getting them back on track.
Well, they had nobody warming up in the bullpen. They've got a couple of guys headed down there now.
Looks like Caden Hunter is going to be the guy warming up.
Certainly nobody ready.
Yeah, well, early on, like I say, Robinson has been excellent all summer long, and you wouldn't think that you're going to need somebody to come and back him up in the top of the third inning. But right now, the Crawdads have put a walk and 3 hits together. They've scored 3 times. Fellows who grounded to second base his first time up is at the plate. From Clovis, California, and Columbia University. You can be impressed by that if you'd like.
You mean Ivy League Columbia?
Yes, I mean Columbia. At least that's what it says on my roster.
I've got a funny story about that here in a second.
That's a fly ball right center field. Moving over is Nolan Wilson, and he will make the catch in right center for the second out. And Tyson Pointer will be our hitter.
So when my son was a junior, we took a road trip to New York to look at some schools.
Nice.
Right? He had really good GPA, baseball player. So one of the schools we went to was Columbia, just to see what it was like. And his grade, he fit all the grades. His SAT scores were there. So after the big auditorium presentation, he goes out and baseball coach is there, and he kind of knew who he was. I guess I'd traded emails or whatever, and introduced himself. And he goes, "You want to go look at the field?" And I'm saying, like, "This is Columbia." And I'm nodding, but I can't say anything. And he goes, "Nah, that's okay."
He didn't want to look at the field?
It's like, dude, just go look at the field. This is an Ivy League school.
You're being recruited as a baseball player. You go look at the baseball field.
But I think he also knew that, if you're really serious about baseball, you're probably not going East Coast.
Okay,
unless
fair
you're going Southeast. Not that it wouldn't have been a tremendous education.
Swing and a miss by Tyson Pointer. But, I mean, hey, come on, bud. You got to go look at the field.
But we still joke about it now. You want to go look at the field? Nah, I'm good. I'm fine.
Did he ever get a look at the field? I want to get a look at their field now.
I wanted to see
We'll
it.
have to ask Cole Fellows how the field is. 0-1 now on Tyson Pointer. 3 runs in for the Crawdads here in the third. They lead at 3-0. That one's in the dirt. Nice block by Luke Lavin. You keep the runner at first base. 1 ball and 1 strike.
I mean, what conversation would you rather have later after your baseball playing days? Hey, remember that time we played at Harvard? Remember that time we played at Yale? Or, hey, remember that time we played at Delta College?
Hey, Delta College beat Harvard.
Delta College has great teams.
I know, but I understand your point. Timeout as Robinson takes on. I was just thinking when you said when we played at Harvard, what if you play Harvard and they're really dumb baseball guys? What if they're just really they're bunting when they're down 7 runs and stuff? They have no idea what's going on.
They're all pre-med, but they have very low baseball IQs.
No, baseball IQ. IQ 180, baseball IQ 64. That would just be funny, I thought. Outside for a ball from Cooper Robinson. He's thrown 65 pitches now through 2+ innings here.
That's a lot.
Yeah, he's been going usually 4 and 5 innings, but his pitch count is a little bit elevated from what he usually has been throwing. Here's the 2-1. That's fouled back to the screen. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Well, this has been a long inning, number 1, and he's got a few strikeouts, which will lead up pitches. So.
Yep. He's got 5 strikeouts. He's given up 5 hits and the 3 runs.
Look, I think he's thrown the ball really well tonight. They've just kind of been on him this inning.
Sometimes you just get well-placed hits, and unfortunately he got that one. His first walk of the summer came back to haunt him. He had a couple of well-placed hits. Crawdads are a good ball club. 2-2 pitches in the dirt. Lavin picks it up, going down to throw down to second, but sliding in safely is Matt King on the wild pitch. So he is at second base now with a full count on Tyson Pointer. Max Sparfan on deck. Nothing like nachos. I love watching people come up with nachos. Nachos are great.
You hungry? How are you?
I'm
looking out there at the Old Town.
Like looking at.
Old Town Pizza.
They got Old Town Pizza down there. You can get Old Town Pizza at the ball game. You know that. 3-2 coming up from Cooper Robinson. That is high, ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning for Cooper Robinson, and that will bring up Max Sparfan, who struck out his first time up.
When he's missed with his fastball, it's been up.
And not up, just a little up.
Yeah. Not necessarily easy takes, but enough out of the strike zone that maybe that's what the pitching coach was talking to him about, little adjustment.
3-2, on the 3-2 pitch. Brock's told us a couple times when he goes out, he doesn't talk mechanical, he only talks mental. That's his deal.
You want me to go talk to him?
If you'd like to. I mean, obviously you're making a lot of good points. I think you could probably help. Here's Farfan. That's outside with the fastball at 90. 1 ball and no strikes on Farfan, who struck out, as we said. Does have 9 home runs this summer and 31 runs batted in. Cooper Robinson with his strikeouts tonight has the team lead for the Potters over the summer. That's a swing and a foul ball into the catcher's glove. 1 ball and 1 strike. Came in with 28 strikeouts as 5 in this one. Passing Peyton Stumbo, who was great early in the season out of Placer High, drafted by the Pittsburgh Pirates in what they call the Major League Baseball draft. 2 Potters drafted by the Pirates.
I've heard of it.
Yes, it's big. That's right down the middle for a strike. It's big in some parts of the country.
Potters had a pitcher last year that was drafted by the Dodgers, a guy named
Lucas
Webb. And at this point in time in the minor leagues, for everything from high A ball all the way to Triple A, he has the best pitching stats of any minor league pitcher.
Wow. Fouled out of play. 1 and 2.
Yeah, so if he continues that and stays healthy, he'll be up with the big team.
Yeah, he was impressive when he pitched for the Potters. We didn't get him enough, but he's you don't get a lot of closers in summer ball. We had Ryan Bruno a couple of years ago, and Lucas was really good as well. He got up. I think he was throwing 94, 95 when he was here, and I know he's kind of jumped that up even more.
Yeah, he's 97, 98 now.
Here's the 1-2 coming up to Max Barfan. It's outside. 2 and 2. We've got Pointer over at first base, Matt King at second. King with the 2-run single in this inning. Joey Donnelly also an RBI single as the Crawdads have scored 3 times here just in the top of the third. There's the cowbells, that cacophony of sound that you hear.
Another local product that pitched for the Potters a few times, I believe last year, maybe the year before, was T.J. Nichols. Was he drafted by the Rays?
He did. I think I just saw him sign yesterday. It wasn't swing and a miss, got him on an off-speed pitch. 3 runs, 3 hits for the Crawdads. We go to the bottom of the third. It's Crawdads 3, Potters nothing.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori, with Frey & Associates Real Estate, has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at RC Willey.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the third, Potters against the 6'9" Dylan McShane. He's only given up 1 hit over 2 innings and struck out 4. It'll be Alexander Johnson, Tyler Garrity, and Luke Otten. 8, 9, and 1 for the Potters. Pat Steele from KNCI. Nice enough to be our guest in the booth. Although I can't say you're our guest. You brought food, you brought drinks, you brought everything. We did give you some merch. We gave you some merch.
You did?
Tried to bribe you on some merch. I think Stone's probably put it back in his car.
I didn't bring any runs, though. We got to get the bats going.
We got to get them going now. McShane has been effective through the first 2 innings. Alexander Johnson just joining the team.
I think we may have jinxed it. This guy's 6'9", and for a 6'9" guy, you think, okay, 95, 96. He's throwing high 80s. And one of the things you pointed out was he doesn't have a lot of strikeouts on the season, although he does
today.
Tonight.
Yeah, that's right. So I guess it's my jinx. There you go. Oh, man.
It's not on you.
It's not on me right now, but it could be by the end of the night.
You know what? This guy, he strikes out everybody. Let's see if that
nice
works.
Nice try. Yeah, nice try. Johnson 2 for 4 in his only appearance as a punter. Out of Sierra College, the Wolverines. Right-handed hitter against McShane, who works out of the stretch. That's in there for a strike. Just to your point, Pat, just at 81. I think he even took something off.
Yeah, that was a little frisbee pitch.
Yeah. Johnson wanted to get a look at him, so he lets that one go by. 0-1.
You know, for as many games have been played here between Jessup and the Potters, the field is in great shape.
Yep, it is definitely in great shape. They do a great job out here. As you say, it's part of the presentation when you come out for a summer game. Swing and a miss on a slider outside corner.
Yep.
0-2 on Alexander Johnson.
Another off speed at 82, so I wouldn't expect this guy's going to see a fastball.
Well, yeah, 81 and then 82, and he's ahead 0-2. So let's see what McShane decides to do. He works from the stretch again, 0-2. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch again. So 1, 2, 3, and Johnson is down on strikes. That's 5 strikeouts for McShane, who came in with 8 strikeouts in 12 2/3 innings.
He strikes everybody out.
And I wonder how that, now I'm thinking about the other 12 2/3 innings. How come he only got 8 strikeouts on those innings? He doesn't look like he's that kind of a pitcher here. Tyler Garrity, 283, 2 home runs, 18 batted in out of Seneca, Kansas, in the University of Kansas, batting in the number 9 spot for the Potters here today. That's outside, gets back to the backstop. 1-0, Luke Auden, the on-deck circle, top of the order for the Lincoln Potters.
You know, if you're still around in 2 years, you can celebrate the 100-year anniversary of McBean Park.
Wow. Well, we had the 100-year anniversary of the Potters in 1923, so McBean started in 25?
Yep.
Yep. I say it's a date. I say if we're both
You got it.
I say if we're both here, we'll get Riley out here, we'll have a great time. 2-0 now on Tyler Garrity.
Yeah, and those first 2 pitches that missed, fastballs.
Oh, I see. You're trying to, okay, I see. 2-0. I want to talk to you at some point this evening about being the parent of a pitcher, because that's the toughest job in sports parenting as far as I know.
I've always thought if your son is pitching,
yeah,
you should have open bar privileges.
I could not agree more.
And then when he's done and he comes out, you move out and the next parents come in.
Ball 4, Garrity walks. Yeah, my son pitched in high school just briefly. He had one shining moment, but didn't pitch that much. But even in that one, he pitched once in the section semifinals, and I was a nervous wreck for 3 innings. And I know that your son Lucas pitched all the time, so I can't imagine. But it's got to be the toughest. I know sports parenting is tough at any sport at any position, but that's got to be the toughest.
You try not to show it. You just want to cheer him on and tell him, how much fun it is watching him. And in the inside,
but it's not.
Inside, you've got
racking.
18 ulcers going on.
It's just crazy. Luke fouls that one back. Struck out to open the bottom of the first for the Potters, so he is 0 for 1. I just can't imagine that. I had a little taste of it for like 3 innings in one game, and I'm a wreck. And I know Lucas was a pitcher all through high school and into college, so I just can't imagine.
It's funny. Tom, the guy I work with, he came to one game, and I was sitting next to him, and he made the remark. He said, "You're pretty calm for your kid pitching." I said, "You're not looking at my knee. Every time he'd throw a ball, my knee would flinch."
1-1. Yeah, I just had to know it. That is just crazy. That's a tough one. And the open bar would be, it is a youth game, so you really can't do the open bar, but in spirit, I think.
Well, if you're a parent, you sure can.
Out to the parking lot. There goes the runner. The pitch is off speed, throw to second base. It's going to be a little bit too late. It goes out.
That's a great steal.
Nice backup by the second baseman, but a steal by Tyler Garrity.
And that was a called strike.
So 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Luke Auden. He's got a runner in scoring position. Important to us. This is something that Stones always talks about. The other team gets 3 runs. Important for you to come in and make some sort of statement.
Right. Get a run, if not more.
And from the other side, if you score 3, you want to get that shutdown inning. That's always his favorite. Right. But this is the other half of that. You got to go ahead and break through here. The umpire calls timeout because he wanted to hear more of our conversation. I'm really convinced that
I think he was making sure that his count matched the scoreboard because the scoreboard had a 1-1, and now it's 1-2.
He should know about our scoreboard. If you want to match it, you match it with Riley's scoreboard on our broadcast. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Garrity with a small lead at second. Auden takes that one outside. That one was close.
That scared
me. With Potter's history with the umpire, I would not have taken that pitch. 2-2. Luke has 21 walks, so he knows the strike zone pretty well.
Do not leave it in that guy's hands, not in the umpire's hands.
Reuben Church on deck for Lincoln. They trail 3-0. We're in the bottom of the third here from lovely McBean Stadium now. Very balmy weather, probably like 211 degrees.
That's what they call Christmas in Phoenix.
Outside for a ball. It's exactly what they call it. Was it last week or earlier this week? Death Valley was 131.
Yeah,
it was the big deal.
Phoenix was 128.
Yeah, and it was dry.
You've had like 22 days of straight temperatures 110 or greater.
How do you even? Oh man,
You just never go outside.
You can't.
It's the opposite of
3-2.
Minneapolis.
Running an AC unit or AC company in Phoenix, I mean, you're vacationing all the time, aren't you? 3-2 coming up. Auden takes inside, ball 4.
Ooh.
Again, he knows the strike zone, and he is taking a chance with this umpire.
Hey,
and
cheers. We'll take it.
First and second, one out. Reuben Church, who grounded to third his first time. He has been swinging a very hot bat lately. Got his average up to 333.
By the way, I don't know why it strikes me as such, but it does, that Reuben Church is the name of a guy that will eventually go on to hit like 45 home runs for the White Sox one of these years.
Oh, I like that. I thought you were going to say it was like a country singer. Maybe I'm responding to the Eric Church.
We've got Eric Church.
Sounds like a guy. He sounds like a gospel singer or something like that.
Could be.
The name is right there. Right now, I hope he does the 45 home run thing. I like that better. Reuben takes outside on a slider. 1-0 to Reuben Church out of Maryville, Tennessee, and the University of Kentucky.
You know that Eric Church is now part of the ownership of the Charlotte Hornets?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he was a smart guy.
They actually don't have a very good team.
They have LaMelo Ball outside for a ball, and I think they took Brandon Miller, which I would not have done.
LaMelo Ball, and he's a decent player.
No,
he really
LaMelo is a good player.
You talk about putting up with the parents. Can you imagine putting up with that guy's dad?
Well, that guy, though, he had so many kids doing so many different games. Of course, he got them all together on one team, which was smart on his part, AAU-wise. So he could watch them all at the same time.
Yeah, and he's only making one trip.
Yeah,
Anybody
exactly.
who's got 2 kids or more in sports,
Oh,
you know how you divide that up.
Yeah. What's the fastest way to get across town? That's what you know. By the second year of having 2 kids play sports.
Mm-hmm.
How can I get from this soccer game to this one to one in Rockland?
You had that with both your boys, right?
Yeah. 2-0.
He's in a great situation right here.
That is ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes.
All of a sudden, this strike zone has tightened up a little bit. It went from being really loose to batter friendly now. He picked a good time to do
3-0 pitch.
it.
Now, usually, as you know, in the baseball you would take this, but it's summer ball, so green lights abound on 3-0. That is inside corner. Well, there goes your tight strike zone. 3 balls and 1 strike.
That was a strike, and it's also a 3-0, a pitch that you probably don't swing at.
No, you don't. You're not doing anything with that pitch, and that's the key on a 3-0 pitch. You want to get something you can do something with. Auden at first, Garrity at second, 3-1 coming to Reuben Church. That's a balk. I believe we've got a balk before the pitch, and I think it was too quick. Didn't come set. That would be my estimation on that one. So that moves the runners along, no pitch, and so I think it would have been ball 4 anyway, so it would have been bases loaded. But now Church has a couple of runners in scoring position. He has 13 runs batted in on the summer. Just his 10th game. So he's been very productive, scored 7 runs, on-base percentage of .500 for Reuben Church. Nolan Wilson, who's been on fire, is on deck. Swing and a miss. 3-2. That one got by him. Clocked at 88. Didn't look that fast from up here with the naked eye.
Mm-hmm. He had a little cut to it, too. Came back over the plate.
So good pitch by McShane. Now he gets himself to a 3-ball, 2-strike count on Church. Good crowd out here for, this is a Friday night. Is this Friday? Yeah,
it is
this
Friday.
Is Friday. Yeah. That squib down toward first base is going to be handled by Donnelly. He'll take the out at first, and the run will score. So it's an RBI ground out as Garrity scores, an RBI for Church. Moving to third is Luke Auden. The Potters are on the board, and it is now 3-1 in favor of the Crawdads. And here's Nolan Wilson. Had a couple of 4-hit games earlier in the week, then had 2 hits last night, including a home run. So he has been swinging a hot bat, singled his first time up tonight. So he is up here with a runner at third and 2 outs now in the third inning. Church did what he had to do, though. He gets the ball in play, gets the run across the plate. Wilson swings and fouls it away. Nolan from Roseville, California, University of Nevada, Reno. Wearing number 9. Potter's wearing the all. What do you think about the all-orange, Pat? What's your assessment of the all-orange?
I like the all-orange.
Okay.
I like the all-orange with the black numeral. I'm sorry. I'm going to do Gary Gerald. Decked in the all-orange with the black numerals.
Nice.
The home team Potters.
Thanks, GG.
Gary Gerald, voice of the Kings. God bless him. He's been
Pop
doing
up.
it forever.
Right side, Donnelly going after it. He's going to have a play. I think here comes the second baseman. Donnelly will get it in foul territory and make the catch. So 1 run for the Potters. They leave 1. We go to the top of the 4th. Crawdads 3, Potters 1.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 4th inning, Crawdads 3, Potters 1. Caden Hunter, the new pitcher for the Potters, the left-hander out of Roseville, California, and Sierra College, will take on Ryder Helfrich, Griffin Harrison, and Ryan Ellis.
And you are correct, sir. He went to Granite Bay High School.
Granite Bay High School. Caden Hunter relieving Cooper Robinson, who went 3 innings, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, and struck out 6. So here is Ryder Helfrich, who struck out his first time up. Here's Hunter's pitch. Fastball is in there for a strike at 90, left-hander. Caden Hunter. Oh, 1 swung on and missed, took something off that one at 82. Third appearance for Caden Hunter. That one is down low for a ball. He is 1-0. 5 innings pitched, 5 strikeouts, and 1 walk. Swing and misses on the fastball. The outside corner got him on strike.
He's very effective on the outside corner of the plate. As a left-handed thrower, I have a question for you. When was the Phantom bobblehead night, and how come I didn't know about it?
First of all, it was last year. Secondly, I don't know why you didn't know about it. Everybody knew about it. Everybody wants one. They are the top item selling everywhere on any kind of marketplace you want to name. They're pretty good, huh? Look at that.
They're very good likenesses.
Yeah. Well, likenesses, I don't know. That's down low for a ball. It's Nolan Murphy, the assistant GM, is the guy who designed it, and he said every time he saw me and Stones at work, I was always sitting down and Stones was always standing up, and that was the model for the bobblehead. I think Stones looks tremendous. I look about 90 years younger, which I love. Inside corner.
Yeah, you don't have one wrinkle there. I don't know how they did it.
I don't know how you do that.
That is great.
I would think even the material would protest against that assessment. That is down low for a ball.
It'll be 150 years from now, an AI Phantom's going to be calling
Hey,
Potters games.
that one's high for a ball. Griffin Harrison is the Dueling Dogs batter, Pat, which means if he strikes out, 50% off Dueling Dogs products. Fouls it out of play. We're 2/3 of the way there. And then you can see down at the Brick and Barrel backyard, you'll see just a surge of people go down there.
I'm watching.
50% off.
I got my eye on that.
Now, it's a different crowd because the Stones and I, when we did that first year, the second year, whenever one of these would happen and they would get the strikeout, he went around Ump. Come on, Ump. He went around. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Ring him up. We want the 50% off. Strikeout of Griffin Harrison. No offense to Griffin Harrison, but we want that 50% off. Now, in the old days, it was kind of a different
Look at
crowd.
them go, man. They're out of their seats. Here they go.
There they go. Right. And Piper's always first, and I don't know why that is, and I kind of suspect that. Piper always gets down there ahead of him. So 2 outs, and that'll bring up the top of the order. That's Ryan Ellis, who's flied to left and struck out.
Piper, man, he looks so sweet and innocent. First, he trips a 4-year-old on the field.
And then I think maybe stepped on his back or something. I don't know, man.
Well, he stepped over him, didn't give him any assistance, and now he's first in line for the freebies.
Yeah. Popped out of play by Ryan Ellis. But you got to respect a mascot that gets in the beer line, don't you?
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, he doesn't. I don't know if he carries any money. I think he just puts it on his tab.
Put it on my tab.
Put it on my tab. 0-1 on Ryan Ellis. Al Piper's a great mascot. Ellis takes that one inside for a ball. 1-1 on Ryan. 391 coming into the game tonight. 3 home runs, 22 runs batted in. Playing out at second base for the Crawdads. Here's the 1-1 from Hunter. Nice looking pitch, a fastball in there at 91 from Caden Hunter.
Man, your behind-the-scenes crew, you can all tell. You can tell that they're like early 20s, because every time I look over, somebody's got ice cream going.
Yeah, ice cream, shaved ice, yeah.
Pizza, whatever.
Yeah.
Remember when you could eat whatever you wanted? It didn't matter.
Man. And they look at you like, don't you want any? You're like, oh. Riley last time got the ice cream in the helmet. That's a good look, the Leatherby's ice cream in the helmet.
That is a classic.
That looks so good. So good. 2-2. You get a lot of I tell you, you don't eat when you come out to the Potters game because you got Fat Cat, you got the brats, you got the dogs right down there outside for a ball. You've got, obviously, beverages are covered, as you know. And then you got dessert covered as well. And if you want to polish off a shaved ice, Tom was very critical of the shaved ice.
Was he all over? He didn't like it?
He did not care. He said, I don't understand why people get that. I said, Tom, we're trying to sell some shaved ice over here. Come on, buddy. Don't you understand about that promotion? 3-2 pitches chopped out toward shortstop, handled by Auden. Going to bounce it over to first base and get him by a half a step.
Nice play.
Good play at short and at first, and good inning for Caden Hunter. We'll go to the bottom of the fourth. Crawdads lead at 3-1.
Hi, Bill Evans, President of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team that helps keep together an amazing organization. And we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the fourth, Crawdads lead at 3-1. It'll be Patrick Herrera, then Dominic Rodriguez and Luke Lavin for the Potters against Dylan McShane, the 6'9" right-hander, who has given up just one hit and one run, gave up a couple of walks back in the third, and the Potters managed to get a run out of it on a balk and an infield out. So it is 3-1, bottom of the fourth. And here's Herrera, who struck out looking his first time up.
Is Big Ben due up this inning?
Yes. No, he's fourth this inning.
Okay. We got to get him to the plate.
Because we got to make a correction.
What do you mean we?
Well, I do. I got egg all over the face and the arms and the legs and everywhere now. My favorite person of the whole season, and I butchered her name.
No,
but we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Big Ben is my guy.
Okay, well, you'll take care of it then. Here's Patrick Herrera outside for a ball. Patrick out of Mesa, Arizona, and also the University of Kentucky. The same school as Big Ben, so there you go. McShane from the stretch. Popped up right side. Donnelly coming in. Now the catcher going back, and it's going to be out of play. Ooh, that one just got snuck in and between the screen and the tarp. Almost had a almost had a good play, almost had an injury down there, Pat. You got to be aware.
You got a different take than I do. That guy totally missed it. It was right there, dude. Right there.
You got to make that play.
Right.
Yeah.
You're going to go home and you're going to think about that when the rest of the night, aren't you?
You are. You really are.
Yeah.
Unless you go down the Brick and Barrel backyard.
That's a tough one.
There's still 50% off, remember. Outside for a ball. It goes through the bottom of the inning when the dueling dog batter strikes out. So it's
really
this is the bottom of the inning. Yeah,
I can't believe Stones isn't down there hooking us up.
Stones doesn't do hookups. Stones goes by. He just goes and draws his own beers. He doesn't really care about waiting in lines. 2-1. Herrera takes a fastball outside, 3-1. Yeah, Stones is pretty much just kind of part of the fabric of the Potters right now.
Uh-huh.
So he just kind of moves into whatever concession stand it is and just kind of smooths his way in, smooths his way back out. He doesn't wait in any lines. 3-1 to Patrick Herrera. That's chopped down to first baseline. Donnelly has it. Well, knocks it down. Now he picks it up. Now he's going to get there a step before Herrera gets down the first baseline. So he is retired on a ground ball to first. One out here in the fourth. And Dominic Rodriguez, who grounded to first his first time up. 3 grounders to first base for the Potters already, Pat. What kind of trend is that?
Right now?
Yeah, we've grounded to first 3 times.
Well, I think this guy's fastball has a lot of movement to it, and what you're seeing a lot of ground balls that aren't hit that well. There's squibbers and so I would be patient and not, especially at 3-1. Maybe don't swing at that.
Got to make them come to you a little bit more?
I would
Don't
think
go out
so,
after it? Okay, I like that.
Be a little more patient.
All right, Rodriguez up here out of Turlock, California, and San Joaquin Delta College that you were taking.
Hey, they've got a great program.
Throwing shots at earlier. Right-hander against the right-hander, Dylan McShane. Just 50 pitches for Dylan McShane so far. Swing and miss fastball at 86, which seemed a lot faster, and I think it's because he lets it go so close to the plate. 0-1 on Rodriguez. He's followed by Luke Labin.
How tall is Randy Johnson? Is he a 6'9"?
6'10".
Yeah, so this is kind of the same thing.
Yeah, but he was scraggly too, which added some menace to him. Rodriguez hits it sharply out toward shortstop, picked up out there by King across the diamond, and almost pulls him off first, but does not. Stretched by Joey Donnelly to record the second out of the inning, and that'll bring up Luke Labin, left-hand hitting catcher who struck out his first time up. 257 for Luke, a pair of home runs and a dozen runs batted in on the summer. Young catcher. Big left-handed hitter, 6'4", Luke Lavin. So pretty big frame for a catcher, much like Mr. Daniel Susak, Potter legend. Didn't do a lot of catching when he was here over the summer. Over the summers, I should say.
Did they have him play first base?
He played first. He plays some outfield, did a lot of DHing. Hits that one sharply down the first base line. Donnelly's in front of it, gets over to the bag and gets him at first base. So 1-2-3 for the Potters in the fourth. We move to the fifth, and the Crawdads lead at 3-1.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the fifth, Potters trail at 3-1 against the Crawdads, and we have time to talk to our buddy Mike Margeman down in the dugout area. Coach, how you doing?
Fan, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I wanted to talk. We talked to Emma today before the game on our pregame, which was fantastic, but we didn't get to talk about the series against the Prune Packers. You know something, Coach? When the Potters take a series from Healdsburg, it's big news, and congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, I think for us, it's, I think one of the things we're trying to get is back a sense of normalcy. Like that's, it's an accomplishment to win any series. Obviously, to beat them and a good club that they have, was always a good thing, and especially coming into the home stretch here of the season and the playoff battle and things like that. So really good series. Boys played well, responded well to some adversity, so it was awesome to see.
Yeah, 3 wins in the last 6 games against the 2 best teams, Mike, but they're all 3 on the road. Is it too comfortable at home here? What's the deal?
Yeah, I don't, to be quite honest, I don't know. I think, we've had guys that have stepped up. We've done some good things on the road, and just we've had some inconsistency at just different times, and maybe guys are they're throwing, a guy for them tonight throwing pretty well, so maybe guys are saving their guys for when they come here, in front of our good fans here in Lincoln. So we'll try to switch the luck around here tonight.
Talk to me a little bit about Cooper Robinson tonight. Not as sharp. It wasn't throwing badly, not as sharp as usual. Gave up a couple of base on balls. He doesn't usually do that.
No, not as sharp on some of the things. Off-speed stuff wasn't really in there. I thought actually his little change-up split that he throws was probably his best pitch today. Great depth to it. Wasn't quite as sharp as we've seen Coop, but 3 runs. That's nothing. We should, with our offense. We're putting up quite a few runs a game, so. We should get something going here, and not bad from him tonight. Actually, not his best stuff, but he competed and and only left 3, so we'll be all right.
Yeah. Last thing, Coach. We're in kind of the home stretch, kind of the blitz to get to the end of the season. So any message you're giving the guys as far as trying to stay sharp over a bunch of games in a little time?
Yeah. I think it's really just kind of we preach it, and it sounds probably repetitive and cliche, but we're just trying to just take care of business in every game. Every inning, and just trying to win innings, win pitches, and those things tend to add up. Big picture, it's really hard to look ahead and go, okay, well, we've got, I think it's 10 games left or whatever it is, and you start looking at the deadline of it being end and summer being over, and back to school, and so I think it's sometimes just. Let's just take it day by day, win the game, win the series, and if we do that, if we win the series, over the next few weeks here, or week and a half, we'll be just fine. So, that's kind of the message: just win the series, and make sure we're taking care of business, especially when we're at home here. Kind of like you said before, we've dropped a few, and that's something we need to pick up.
Well, Coach, I'm going to let you go, but I got a special guest up here, Pat Still from KNCI 105.1. Are you a country guy?
Oh, I'm a country guy.
Well, then you know Pat, obviously.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I'm sure you guys are chopping it up over there, and we have some good walkout. We have a few country guys on the team, decent country songs being played, but we probably need a few more.
Well, Coach, I think you're missing Luke Bryan tonight out of Wheatland, so get a win.
Oh, he's at Wheatland tonight?
Yep, he sure is.
Oh, man.
Man, I'm surprised. I thought it was ladies' night or something like that. I was like, no wonder no one's here.
Coach is out of here.
Yeah, I was just, all the country girls are shaking it out at Wheatland, I guess. So.
Yep. All right, we got to get out here and go to Wheatland, Coach. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again on Sunday.
You know it, guys. Appreciate it.
Nice talking to you.
Thanks, Coach. Mike Marjama, A Minute with Mike. Always a pleasure. For every Potters home game. First out was recorded, a ground out by Brian DeRoff, and Joey Donnelly is the next hitter. Caden Hunter still out on the mound for the Potters. Yeah, Mike's came on. There's a fly ball into left center field. Moving over is Garrett. He's still moving over. He's not going to get it.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I don't know what it is about this ballpark. That was a lazy fly ball, and it almost carried out of here. It bounces over for a ground rule double. The ball carries very, very well once you get it in the air here at McBean.
Yeah, he got that one up there and got it kind of in the power alley there in left center. It seems like left-handed hitters especially hit the ball well out toward there, and Donnelly picks up his second hit of the game. He has a single and a double, and here's Matt King.
Must have been the rapid jet stream.
Yeah, well, if Tom was here, we would have talked about the moon, but the moon's not up yet, so it's okay. Because we talked about moon's gravitational pull, and it actually worked. And I had to concede that he was correct, and that was really hard for me to do. King takes a break ball. That gets away from Lavin. Going to third will be Joey Donnelly. So Donnelly at third now as Lavin chases it all the way almost to the Potters dugout, and Hunter covers home. Time has been called. Yeah, I kind of thought Coach Marge was a country guy. He kind of had that feel about him. He joined the team at the end of last year, and he played a couple years in the bigs and did in the way he went through every single step of minor league ball and all the way. So he's got so much invaluable information to pass on to the kids as far as the steps that you've got to take. When you're not the star, the things you have to do, and I think it really helps.
Well, he looks like he's super intelligent, so of course he would be a country guy. I guess 2-0. I guess.
I don't know. I'm thinking of country guys, and your partner's one of them, and that super intelligent thing doesn't exactly work for me. Swing and a miss on a fastball at 88.
He just said he convinced you on the moon's gravitational
He did.
pull.
Well, what he did, Pat, he said the moon was beautiful, full moon right over center field there, and he was talking to me about the gravitational pull, which I didn't really buy. That's a fastball in the inside corner.
That is a nice pitch.
2-2. And at an inning or so later, they hit a fly ball out to center field right where the moon was, and it fell like 10 feet to the left of the center fielder for no reason. So it was the moon that did it. I saw it. So, I mean, we recorded it. It's on tape. It happened. So I don't know if Tom's a genius or he got lucky. Hit right back to the mound. Hunter's got the runner between third and home, and he goes home to Lavin, runs him back to third, and run down. A nice play by the Potters. Tagged out by Reuben Church.
A very efficient rundown in a way where the batter running to first was not able to go to second.
Yeah,
so
that's a tremendous job, and also tremendous fielding play by Hunter on the mound to handle that one and quickly come up. Sometimes pitchers, they make a play on the mound. They kind of don't know where they are a little bit, but Hunter knew exactly what was going on. Good communication by the Potters and good play, and like you say, a good rundown that ended up with Church taking the runner out between third and home, and King now over at first base.
Jim Leland, who coached in the majors forever, used to work on that every spring training and practices, and he would tell his guys over and over, a perfect rundown is one throw.
Wow, it is a perfect rundown.
And that's what he wanted. And if you didn't do it right, you did it again while he had 2 more cigarettes.
Yeah, but in those days, that was 2 cigarettes less than normal. I always found that when I was playing ball, all you need to do when you're running a guy down is do a full arm fake, and they'll stop, and you just tag him out. It never fails. There's a big chopper going to be cut off, I think, by the third baseman. He's going to try to. He won't be able to make the play. That's Church. Nothing really he could do. It's a do-or-die play.
That is a tough play and a really good job of Caden Hunter by covering third base.
If he lets it go to the shortstop, I don't think the shortstop has any chance to get Fellows over at first base. So it's an infield single. First and third now with 2 outs and Tyson Pointer coming to the plate. So King is at second. Fellows is over at first. And Pointer, who has singled and walked so far in this one, stole a couple of bases back in the second inning. Hunter checks the runner at second. Comes to the plate and a breaking ball inside. Too far inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Max Farfan. Next for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. Hunter out of Roseville, California, Granite Bay High, and Sierra College. For his second inning of work, that fastball is on the inside corner.
He's got so much movement from the left side that he starts that thing middle plate, almost hits the batter, but it crosses the plate. It's a strike.
It's a great location. Yeah, 1 ball and 1 strike now on Tyson Pointer. That was in the dirt. Nice block by Lavin. Makes it 2-1. Pointer out of Richardson, Texas, and University of Texas at Arlington. 1 for 1 with a walk in this one. Kind of a big inning here. The Potters obviously don't want to give up any runs after they got 1 on the board of their own. High pop-up, right side, right field. Garrity coming over from center. And Garrity's going to call off the right fielder, that is Wilson, and make the catch. So that one, a pop-up path, went a little farther than I thought it was going to go as well. So Pointer flies out to center. No runs, 2 hits. They left 2. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Potters trailing 3-1.
Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Potters are trailing at 3-1. Dylan McShane, the starter for the Crawdads, still out on the mound. He's gone through the first 4 innings, given up just 1 hit, 1 run. He's walked 2 and struck out 4, make that 5. He'll face Ben Higdon, Alexander Johnson, and Tyler Garrity, 7, 8, and 9 for the Potters here in the 5th.
Here comes my man, Big Ben.
Big Ben Higdon. And Mom is watching in Paducah, Kentucky, and Mom is not Carol, as I called her. It is Julie. I got that. Everybody in the parks come up and told me that. Everybody in the place knows it but me. So
Julie,
my apologies, Julie. I met you. You were fantastic, and I'm just a loser.
Julie, you have a lot of fans.
You really do have a lot of fans.
Also, shout out to Grandma who's in Florida.
Grandma is in Florida. That's popped up. Donnelly coming in foul territory. Now he can't find it. Ellis comes over and can't make the play, and Higdon's going to have himself another chance.
Big Ben's got new life.
Yeah, Donnelly had it, and then he kind of lost it. And Ellis, to his credit, was already over there but couldn't make the adjustment and make the play. And the umpire was just trying to get out of the way. He's just over there going, hey, I don't know. Whatever you guys do is fine with me.
It's mostly me when I played.
Just
kind
of
get out of the way.
That's how I knew that my softball career was over. Slow pitch. I was playing second base, and they had a pop-up, and I looked up. And pop-up I've caught thousands of times. Came down, I had no idea where it was. Higdon hits a grounder down the first base line. That's foul. I just kind of make it a stab, and I caught it. And everybody's like, oh, you just caught a pop-up. And I'm over here going, how did I do that? And I never played again. It just said, it's over.
Big Ben likes that inside pitch.
He does. Well, he wants to hit it down to Grandma in Florida. I mean, I can understand that. And now that we've got Julie all straightened out, I think the karma's better. Fouled back to the screen.
He was on that
0-2, he really was. 0-2. As first base, defensively, first base has been the center of the defense for the Crawdads so far. Grounders, pop-ups, and everything off of Dylan McShane. As you point out, maybe because they're getting ahead of the pitches. Higdon watches a fastball outside. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Johnson and Garrity to follow for the Potters here in the bottom of the 5th. 3 runs in the 3rd for the Crawdads. 1 in the bottom of the inning for the Potters. That's our scoring so far today. Higdon hits that one very well to left center field. Going back. Cospello's going back. And that thing is out of here. A home run.
Are you ready?
All the way to Florida.
Are you ready?
Do it, brother.
Big Ben. Go big and go home.
There you go.
Wait, I got to take another
shot. Do it over. Take 2.
Big Ben. Go big and go home. There it is.
30 years on the air, needed 2 takes. I love it, brother. I love it. That one went all the way to Florida. I think that's fair, Florida territory.
Hey,
to your point, left center field, but that ball was roped.
Julie and Grandma, there you go.
Yeah, there you go.
That's a big moment.
I just tell you, hey, we got the name right, and all of a sudden, he's 1 for 1 with a home run since I got Mom's name right.
The universe corrected itself.
The universe did correct itself. More importantly, perhaps, it's now 3-2
in
favor of the Crawdads, and here is Alex Johnson. Well, if you're on the Crawdads side, you're sitting there going, I had the guy on a pop-up, 3 pitches ago, and it fell to the ground, and look what happens.
Well, hey.
That's Ben's 4th home run.
Moral of that story, catch it.
Moral of that story is way to go, Ben. And way to go, Pat, with the go home and what you said. Johnson takes it outside for a ball.
Here, practice it. Go big and go home.
Go big and go home. See, when he hit a home run, I was going to say that one's headed out to Florida to Grandma.
Right.
That was what I was going to do. Go big is yours. That's your bit.
Well, he hit it to kind of the southwest, so that would be southwest Kentucky. He was really hitting one to Mom right there.
He was hitting it to Julie. Okay, very good. He'll hit one to Grandma later over in Florida. Johnson takes in there for a strike. 1-1 on Alex Johnson out of Sierra College. 2 for 4 in his only appearance as a Potter. That was yesterday in Healdsburg. Potters won that game 7-6. Dylan McShane from the University of Oregon on the mound. 1-1. Johnson takes outside. 2 balls and 1 strike.
And you know how this game works. You just hope that it's true. All it takes is one guy breaking through, and then the rest of the team goes, oh.
That's how you do it. Yeah,
we can do this.
Exactly, yeah. 2-1. Let's see if there's anything going on in the Crawdads bullpen. I don't see anybody up and throwing, as McShane had 61 pitches, so not that many really. Here's the 2-1 coming to Johnson. That's fouled back to the screen by Alex. 2-2. Tyler Garrity, the number 9 hitter on deck for the Potters, as Higdon leads off The bottom of the fifth with the home run makes it 3-2 Crawdads. 2-2 on Johnson. McShane works from the stretch. Here's the 2-2. It's out sharply to the left to shortstop. King has it behind second base, guns it over and gets Johnson by half a step at
he's
first.
fast. He made that close.
Very close, but unfortunately for the Potters, not close enough. And that'll bring up Tyler Garrity. Here's Tyler Garrity, who walked his first time up and later scored the Potters' first run on a Reuben Church groundout. Tyler at 283, 2 home runs, 18 runs batted in. He's from Seneca, Kansas, and the University of Kansas, batting in the number 9 spot, playing in center field for the Potters. Become pretty much the regular center fielder later on here in the summer. He's up here against Dylan McShane. Garrity takes it outside, laying off that breaking ball a little bit better, or slider a little bit better than they had earlier in the game.
I think that's smart. Maybe Coach talked to him a little bit, said, hey, look, he's not hitting with that pitch. Be patient.
Trying to tease you, trying to tempt you with that one. Luke Auden, the top of the order on deck. 1-0 pitch coming to Tyler Garrity. Swing and a miss on the fastball at 87 by McShane. I think he topped out maybe at 89 so far tonight. But again, with the 6'9" frame and his release point, it seems like it's a little bit quicker. Pitch number 65 for Dylan McShane. Comes out of Stockton, California. 1-1 pitch misses outside, 2-1. That's the one. The fastball in the outside corner is the one that's been getting the call on, and he's just a little bit outside.
Not in
with
the
it
past
now.
2 innings.
Yeah, he's been a little bit further outside with it in the last couple innings. 2-1 on Tyler Garrity. Pair of home runs for Tyler this summer. Inside corner for a strike. Thought it might have hit him, but
that almost did hit him.
I was hoping that, I'm not hoping for Tyler, but I was trying to get a base runner there in a cheap way, but I did not think it would be called a strike, is my point.
No.
2-2.
But then again, look where he sets up. That umpire set up right on that inside corner.
And Tyler is very close to the plate. Swinging a foul ball into the catcher's glove on that slider for the strikeout. So 2 outs here. 6th strikeout for Dylan McShane, and Luke Auden coming to the plate. He has struck out and walked. Struck out in the first inning, walked in the third. Potters have scored once here in the 5th. Cut the lead to 3-2 in favor of the Crawdads. Dylan McShane has gone all the way for Walnut Creek so far in this one, although there is some movement around in the bullpen right now for the Crawdads. Luke checks on the off-speed pitch. It's down low for a ball and inside. 1 ball and no strikes on Luke. Picked up walk number 23, I think it was, in the 3rd inning. On base 513 coming in tonight. 1 for 2 tonight, so it went down a little actually. Takes inside for a ball, 2-0. Reuben Church to follow. Coach Marge must sound very disappointed when you broke the Luke Bryan news to him, because I think he thought he was getting tickets or something. I don't know.
Just waiting for him to hit me up for meet and greets.
I'll send him your way.
Sorry, can't
outside
help you.
3-0. Oh, come on. You have to be able to help. That's Coach Marge, and you're the man. You're Pat. Of course, you're also the guy who, when he's the guest of somebody else, brings food and drink. So maybe you have kind of a skewed idea of what's going on.
We might get a base runner here.
Well, 3-0. High, ball 4. So Luke gets himself another base on balls.
Well done.
He is at first base with 2 outs, and here's Reuben Church. Grounded to third, grounded to first, picked up an RBI on the ground ball to first, and we're going to have a meeting at the mound. I think we'll step away for just a second, Riley, as the Crawdads are going to powwow in the middle of the field. We're in the bottom of the 5th. Potters trail it 3-2. meeting is over for the Crawdads. Might have been Cade Cushing warming up in the pen right now, but Dylan McShane stays in as he's going to face Reuben Church with Auden over at first base and 2 outs. Potters have scored once on the Higdon home run to cut the lead to 3-2. Reuben, a pair of home runs and now 14 runs batted in for the summer in just 9 previous games, or 9+ games. Auden, a threat to steal over at first base. McShane to the plate. Church takes in there for a strike at 87, 0-1. Been starting people off with the off-speed pitch, came with a fastball that time, get ahead of Reuben Church. Maybe that's what his coach told him when he had the meeting at the mound. Try to get ahead of these guys. Church, powerful right-handed hitter with a wide-open stance. Nolan Wilson to follow Reuben. That's fouled back to the screen, so it's quickly 0-2 on Reuben Church.
Both fastballs. So one thing I'll say about this pitcher, he moves his fastball really, really well. He's inside, outside, up, down. I think that's what makes him effective, and that's why we're seeing so many ground balls tonight.
Yeah, location is paramount to him. It's spotting the ball where he wants to get it, and he's done so far with Reuben Church. 0-2. Reuben 333 coming into tonight. Here's the 0-2 to Reuben Church. Auden looks like he might think about it, but he doesn't go. Church hits it sharply out toward Matt King at short. He's got it, going to go to second for the force, and that's it. 1 run for the Potters in the 5th. We go to the top of the 6th. Crawdads lead at 3-2.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street, only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport. Lincoln Area Archives Museum is the official partner of the Potters' 100th anniversary season. The museum is located just around the corner in Bierman Plaza in the center of the Old Historic District. Plan your visit and learn about early Lincoln history.
Top of the 6th, Crawdads 3, Potters 2. Caden Hunter still out on the mound for the Potters. Pat still in the broadcast booth with us. Thanks for coming out here, Pat. Really appreciate it.
It's always a great time here. I'm watching the dance-off. Piper, the mascot's having his dance-off. Kids love it.
Does he run a great dance contest or what?
He kind of does. I don't know that there's any prize for it, but
there is a prize. I think it's tickets or something. Yeah, it just he's got his Secret Service guy. That's his Clint Eastwood on the Secret Service. You're protecting him. He always takes a bodyguard when he goes into the crowd.
Is that your Tennessee dude?
Yeah, that's a volunteer, yeah.
Right. I notice he doesn't smile much.
He doesn't smile much, and he only wants to talk about Tennessee. Fastball to Max Farfan outside. Max has struck out twice in this one. Yeah, that's Dylan, the volunteer from the University of Tennessee.
I can't blame him. Tennessee's got a good program.
Personal bodyguard to Mr. Piper. Piper Peacock. 2-0. Farfan, Helfrich, and Harrison, the bottom 3 of the order for the Crawdads. That's lined into left center field for a base hit. Rounding first and holding on there is Max Farfan, so he is at first with nobody out. That is the 8th hit tonight for the Crawdads. And it'll bring up Ryder Helfrich, the catcher, who struck out twice. He's hitting .278 coming in. See if the Crawdads want to try to move their runner along. Against the left-hander, Hunter, stealing might not be as easy as it was earlier in the game. But Church is playing deep at third base.
You think it bunt here?
I'm thinking it's a possibility. You never know in summer ball, though. Helfrich takes check swing. It's in there for a strike. I mean, if it was like baseball, you go, yeah, but you want kids to get swings in this. You don't really want them to practice sacrificing unless maybe it's a ninth inning. You're playing in a, division playoff game or something like that. But usually you'll go ahead and let them swing.
Right. Makes sense.
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, that's a really smart pitch. He got that outside strike, and he just went like maybe 2 ball widths more outside and got him on it.
Yeah, got him to chase it, and he was pretty unhappy with himself that he chased that. So, yeah, good job by Caden Hunter. 0-2, Farfan leading off at first base, a short lead over there. That's chopped out towards shortstop, not hit very hard, so Aden's going to have to go to first, and did not get Helfrich. He beats it out. He got down the line fast.
Nothing you could do on that one. It was chopped so high.
Yeah.
He got to it as quickly as he could. Good gun. Got it over there, but not in time.
A big rally starter for the Crawdads. They have runners at first and second now, nobody out, and Griffin Harrison, who's walked and struck out, the Dueling Dogs batter, but more importantly for the Potters in this one, a guy you've got to get out here. Now I wouldn't be surprised if perhaps with the number 9 hitter you drop something down here and move the runners along for the top of the order, and Church is in at third base. But we'll see. Harrison's hitting .333.
Look at this. He's already squaring around.
Yeah. He bunts it down the first base line, picked up by the pitcher. Nicely done by Hunter, but a good bunt by Griffin Harrison, moving the runners to second and third. And they're there for Ryan Ellis. 22 runs batted in for Ellis, .391 hitter, but he is 0 for 3 so far in this one. So they're not going to bunt with the guy just on first, but you get first and second, you get your number 9 hitter.
Well, this is where if you're Hunter Caden, if you've got a strikeout in your bag, here we go. You need it.
Yeah, or Caden Hunter. Either way, you get Hunter Caden, Caden Hunter.
Shout out to Kentucky.
I like it. I think it's fantastic. I kind of like Hunter Caden better. I mean, I might go with it. Of course, with me, I can't go with that because I make too many mistakes anyway.
Well,
breaking ball's outside.
I was just treating him like it was the first day in class.
Yeah, you did see the comma. Hunter Caden? 1-0 to Ellis. Brian DeRoff on deck, but it's Ryan Ellis here. And the infield is kind of moderately in for the Potters except for second base. Ellis takes a fastball for a strike at 88 from Caden Hunter. Couple singles and a sacrifice for the Crawdads here in the 6th. And Ryan Ellis at the plate. Left-hander against left-hander. Hunter from the stretch. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball. Nice looking pitch. Yes, a little too high. 2-1 to Ryan Ellis. Outfield is slightly moved over toward left. Garrity in left center. Wilson in pretty much straightaway right field, and deep for Ryan Ellis, who's, we mentioned, first batter of the game, hit one to the fence in left field, takes the fastball in there for a strike, 87.
Another well-placed fastball right on that outside corner.
Good location by Caden Hunter. Third inning of work for Hunter. Came on for Cooper Robinson, went the first 3, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, walked 2, and struck out 6. So now 2-2, and now the infield is in for the Potters. Breaking ball, nice block by Lavin, and that one was low and outside. So Luke Lavin keeps it in front of him and keeps the runners from advancing, but now it's a full count on Ryan Ellis, who's a very, very tough hitter, as evidenced by the .391 average. Cowbells are going. I mean, if the power counts for cowbells, I mean, we're doing what we need to do. You know, I just hope that's enough. Aden is in at short. Herrera's in at second. The corners are in as well. Here's the 3-2. That's in the dirt, ball 4. So Ellis works the walk, loads the bases for DeRoff, who has a couple of hits in this one. He is 2 for 3, a single in the first.
Here comes your pitching coach.
Scored a run in the third and grounded out in the 5th. So Brock Ragus is going to come out. Usually if he comes out, it's to talk to the pitcher and not make a change, but we'll see. We do have some activity in the Potters bullpen loosening up here as they're going to talk over probably exactly how they want to play this also as far as the infield's concerned. I would assume in the corners and double play depth in the middle, but DeRoff runs well, so it'll probably be tough to double off. Potters do not want to give away a run here. They scored one in the bottom of the fifth. They cut it to 3-2 on the Higdon home run. And the Crawdads came out with a couple of singles, a sacrifice, and now a walk. DeRoff at 274. He has 24 runs batted in on the summer. From Danville, California, UNC Charlotte. 6'1" and 195 pounds for the right-handed hitter. Playing out in right field tonight for Walnut Creek. So Potters, as we said, in the corners, double play depth in the middle, and it looks like Hunter will go. Hunter Caden or Caden Hunter will both go from the windup. First pitch is low and inside. 1-0.
Battle back.
Yep. It's all about a big play right here. If he puts it in play, you want him to put it in play to one of your infielders. He has, as we said, a couple of singles in this one. They're grounded to third. Hit sharply in the left field. That's a solid base hit. 1 run scores. Here's the second runner. They're going to hold him as the throw is cut off by the third baseman. It's an RBI single for DeRoff, his third hit of the game. Scoring is Farfan. Moving to third, Helfrich, and at second now is Ryan Ellis. And it is 4-2 in favor of the Crawdads. And Joey Donnelly, who's got a single and a double and a strikeout in this one. He's RBI single in the third, and he doubled in the fifth.
Another well-placed hit. That's the third one tonight.
That one's hit sharply right there.
And all three have scored a run.
Yeah, that one was hit sharply right there. Donnelly swings and misses at a fastball at 89. Usually, now the ground balls that have been hit too, guys, have not been hit all that hard. There have been a bunch of choppers and stuff, but that one was hit pretty solidly. Got out to Johnson, who got it in quickly. Cut off by Reuben Church. Here's the 0-1 by Hunter outside, 1-1. Down at third is Helfrich. At second is Ellis, and at first DeRoff. Helfrich with maybe the key play in the inning, legging out that infield single to put runners at first and second. Breaking ball's hit well to right field. Moving over is Wilson. He's not going to get there. It's down. 1 run scores. Here comes the second run. The throw is coming to the plate, but it's offline. A 2-run single by Joey Donnelly, and now it's a 6-2 lead for the Crawdads.
What you said back there about legging out that infield grounder,
Yep.
that absolutely changed the inning.
Changed the whole complexion of the inning, yeah, because then Harrison can bunt. They can move the runners along.
Right.
Yeah.
If he's out, there's no bunt.
Right. So 3 runs in. DeRoff is at second base. Donnelly at first. And here's Matt King, who struck out, singled, and hit into a fielder's choice. So he is 1 for 3 in this one. Hits that one out of play to our right. So it is 0-1 on Matt King. Out of Kingwood, Texas, University of Texas at San Antonio. He's followed by Cole Fellows. 7th batter in the inning for the Crawdads. They've scored 3 times. Hit sharply back to the mound. Hunter has it. He's going to go to third with it to hit the force throw to first. And that is in time for the double play. You don't see that every day.
Nice.
1-5-3 double play, but the Crawdads do score 3 times. We go to the bottom of the 6th. They lead at 6-2.
Loomis Basin Brewing Company, a proud sponsor of your Lincoln Potters. Visit them at 3277 Swetzer Road in Loomis or call 916-259-2739.
Being in the market for a new home comes with more than just buying a property. It is finding the right house in the right neighborhood in the right community. Since 2005, Lori with Frey & Associates Real Estate has lived and worked as a real estate broker in Lincoln. She is passionate about local organizations and volunteers with them as well.
She's knowledgeable, she knows, she asks a lot of questions, she gets things done.
We still learn a lot from Lori, and she's very helpful, very positive, and has been wonderful broker.
We at Frey & Associates are your local hometown realtor, and we are here for you.
It's all you.
No, I insist.
It's your turn.
Nope, I think it's your turn.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Go. I appreciate your appreciation. It fills me.
Safe drivers save money with Farmers.
Just for driving safely?
It's a Farmers policy perk. Get Farmers and you can get a safe driver discount simply for having a clean driving record for 3 years.
Come on. After you. After you. Safety first.
Get a whole lot of something with Farmers policy perks.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum. Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
6-2 Crawdads. We're in the bottom of the sixth. Sean Fitzpatrick is coming on. The left-hander out of Spring, Texas, and the University of Arkansas at Fayetteville is coming on here in relief of Dylan McShane, who went 5 innings and gave up just 2 runs. Fitzpatrick pitched against the Potters back on July 15th, went 4 innings, gave up nothing, struck out 8, and picked up the win in that game.
Wow.
So he is coming in here to face Nolan Wilson, Patrick Herrera, and Dominic Rodriguez. Yeah, he was very, very effective in a game that was seesaw back and forth, and he came in and shut down the Potters over the final 4 innings, and the Crawdads pulled out the win. I believe it was 9-6 in that game, a game the Potters led 5-0 and 6-2. So he's out here now to take on the Potters. And Nolan Wilson will be the first hitter. He's singled and popped out. This will be Sean Fitzpatrick's 10th appearance of the season. He is 4-0 and a 2.25 ERA. 20 innings pitched, 29 strikeouts, and just 5 walks. So impressive numbers for Sean Fitzpatrick as he comes in to try to shut the Potters down again.
Well, when somebody's in a slump, you bring them up and you say what? They're due.
You're due.
So if somebody's going really, really well.
Opposite of a slump.
He's due.
He's due not to have it. Okay, I'm going with that. It's better than anything I got. Let's see if Nolan Wilson's going to subscribe to that as he steps up to plate here to start the bottom of the 6th inning. That game against the Potters on the 15th was the last time that Fitzpatrick pitched. So first time throwing in 6 days for Sean Fitzpatrick. And here's Nolan Wilson. .350 on the season for Nolan from Roseville, California. 10 hits in 15 at-bats coming into this game, and he's 1 for 2 tonight. He has a pair of home runs and 16 runs batted in. Swing and a miss, 89 from Fitzpatrick. 0-1. (6-2) Crawdads, bottom of the 6th. Wilson, Herrera, and Rodriguez against Sean Fitzpatrick. McShane went the first 5, gave up just 2 hits and 2 runs. Inside for a ball. He did walk 3 batters. Struck out 6. Fitzpatrick, 1 ball, 1 strike. Walnut Creek announcers going crazy because he hit 90 miles an hour for the first time this year.
Is that right?
Okay, that's fine with me. Pop up out of play. He didn't hit 90 the last time he pitched against us, and it didn't seem to bother him. So I'm not real worried about the 90. Maybe that impresses the college coach, but it's not really worried about it.
Well, it's one of those things, you're always measured by velocity.
Yeah.
But effectiveness, how you move the ball in and out, do you get people out? That's the bottom line. You can throw 95, but if you're walking everybody.
Exactly. You see it in summer ball all the time. We saw McShane. He pitched very well, didn't really get up higher than 90. Swing and a miss by Wilson. Off-speed pitch. So he is down on strikes, 1 out, and here's Patrick Herrera. He's also been very hot lately for the Potters. 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in, and 3 of those 4 in the last 4 games for Patrick. He struck out and grounded out in this one, so he is 0 for 2.
Are you going to run the bases afterwards?
I usually don't, but if you want to go out, I probably won't today either. I don't think I could make it around the bases, but if you want to have a guy time us with a calendar, we can go out there and have a race.
Come on, man, you got to try.
0-1. I don't usually do that, no. Against the crowd, that throngs of people that would follow me when I go out there. Sebastian Kirshner warming up for the Potters in their bullpen. But right now they need to get some runs as they are down 6-2. 0-1 to Herrera. Swing and miss again, 0-2, and he gets to 90 miles an hour, does Sean Fitzpatrick. 6 foot, 170, so kind of a wiry-looking guy. but very effective on the season. As we said, 4-0 with a 2.25. Even better than that in league play, 1.89 ERA. Herrera swings and misses. 2 straight strikeouts for Fitzpatrick. And here's Dominic Rodriguez, who's grounded to first and grounded to short. So far tonight, he has 6 runs batted in on the summer out of Turlock, California, and San Joaquin Delta Community College. Big right-handed hitter, playing at first base for the Potters tonight. Fitzpatrick works from the stretch, and now we're going to have time called by the home plate umpire, who said Dominic Rodriguez wasn't quite ready for that one, so he'll give him the time he needs.
I smell onions. Is that you?
No, that's your partner behind you, or to your left.
Okay.
Yeah. You remember his hamburger was only 4 innings ago.
I was afraid to ask.
He has to, engineering and eating is it's almost the same skill.
Ice cream, hot dogs, pizza. That's just a warm up.
Yeah, and it's only the 7th. It's only the 6th. I mean, he's got to go ahead and close it. Usually that, and he's already had. Yeah, he's had the ice cream already. You might see a shaved ice up here. I don't know. 0-1 now on Dominic Rodriguez. Actually, make that 0-0. That is inside, I believe, for a ball.
Yep.
I got 1-1 on the scoreboard, but 1-0 on my Riley scoreboard. But then Riley's eating a couple hot dogs, so you never really know what's going on in here. But I'm going to go with him. That is outside and low for a ball, 2-1. Luke Lavin on deck, left-hand hitting catcher for the Potters. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Walnut Creek 6.
Here comes all O'Reilly's pizzas.
Oh, he's got
4 boxes.
Yeah, he's still hungry. He's eating the hot dog right now. He's already got the pizzas on order. Swing and a miss at a fastball at 88. 2-2 on Rodriguez. He's got to have a lot of movement on that fastball pad as far as we're talking about. I mean, 88, 89, pretty respectable, but still.
Yeah, both of these pitchers tonight so far for the Crawdads, it's like the velocity is not overpowering. It's not a mystery. It's all the movement that they can't catch up with, or it causes a lot of ground balls.
Swing and a miss. Struck out the side. 1, 2, 3 for the Potters in the 6th. We go to the 7th. Crawdads lead it 6-2.
The mouth-watering Big Mac with a savory Filet-O-Fish and a tasty McChicken. My goodness, that looks good. Oh, you're making a McDonald's menu hack. Yes, a land, air, and sea. Oh, it's going to tip over. No, it's good. It's good. Very stable. Order the land, air, and sea by name. Build it by hand.
Placer Valley Tourism. Our mission is to increase the health of the hotel industry through occupancy and average daily rate in Roseville, Rockland, and Lincoln. Proud partner of the Potters in the 2023 West Coast World Series Tournament from August 8th to 11th.
Top of the 7th, Crawdads lead at 6-2. Sebastian Kirchner, the new pitcher for the Potters out of Rockland, California. This is his 10th game of the season. He has pitched 7 2/3 innings, struck out 10, walked 6. ERA of 8.72, 0-1 on the season. The right-hander will face the Crawdads here in the top of the 7th. That'll be Cole Fellows and Tyson Pointer and Max Farfan. So 5, 6, and 7.
He's another 3-sport athlete.
You like the 3-sport athletes, don't
well,
you?
I think it's so there's so much pressure on any high school athlete as soon as you get there, your freshman year.
Yeah, absolutely.
To just you individualize one sport. So to see these guys that are doing 3 or even 2, right, that's refreshing and probably needed.
Yeah, it is needed. And it's not, I know people talk about wanting kids to do it all the time. It's not that easy unless you're really physically gifted, because usually if you have 2 sports, one gets more attention than the other. You're more a basketball guy than a baseball guy. You're more a football guy than a So you don't give equal attention to each sport. It's usually, I know my son played basketball, and that was his 9-month-a-year sport, and his 3-month-a-year sport was baseball. Yeah. So, and it's really tough to play in a high school, on a varsity level and do that. So, yeah, shouts out to these guys who are playing 2 and 3 sports at a high level in high school.
I like the fact that more high school coaches are actually encouraging that.
Talking to Emma, the trainer, in our pregame show on the warm-up, I urge people to check that out. She's just tremendous, and she talks a lot and deals a lot with kids, talking about kids who are even younger than this, talking about kids 10 and 12 years old and the way they should kind of go around, with their bodies and stuff, as far as training and as far as what kind of stuff they should do. And she does talk about variety and stuff is an important thing there. She really, she's talking to her, and she's talking about, she goes, yeah, I think that was pretty good. She goes, I just started talking, and, you talk about something you love, you really don't know. You just kind of keep going, and, and she was great. So, it was really refreshing to talk to Emma, and she does a lot of work with younger athletes. That's a nice-looking pitch by Kirshner. He got strike 3 call on Fellows.
Absolutely froze him with that curveball.
And you got to set that up with the pitches before, which he did. So he gets the strikeout. Here's Tyson Pointer, who's flied to center, walked, and singled. So Tyson is 1 for 2 today. Sebastian Kirshner from Rockland, California, and college is the University of New Mexico. Breaking ball high and inside. 1-0 on Tyson Pointer. Max Farfan to follow here on the top of the 7th for the Walnut Creek Crawdads. That one's inside. Crawdads start play today at 20-6 in conference play. 23-5 are the Healdsburg Prune Packers.
Ooh,
that's
that was
outside.
Close.
Potters are 13-13. So Crawdads just 2 games behind the Prune Packers. Healdsburg playing out of conference, out of division today. So Crawdads could narrow that lead to 1.5 games. Swing and miss.
He was trying to put that in the parking lot.
Yeah, he saw some parking lot action on that one. He got the 3-0 pitch, and he says, I'm going for it. Pointer has 6 home runs on the summer. Line drive back up the middle. Kirshner might have got a glove on it. Picked up by the second baseman Herrera to first, and can't handle it at first base as Rodriguez as the ball short hopped him. Dominic tried to make the play. It'll be an infield single for Pointer.
That's a tough play for your first baseman, but a beautiful play by your second baseman.
Yeah, Herrera almost caught by Kirshner. It looked like he almost got a glove on that. Herrera going to his right, going out into center field to make the throw. Had to do it on a hop to Rodriguez at first.
He got it there.
Couldn't come up with it, so it's a single, and Farfan comes to the plate. He has struck out twice and singled, so he is 1 for 3. Had a single in that 3-run 6th inning. The Crawdads scored 3 in the 3rd and 3 in the 6th for their 6 runs. Kirshner's first pitch is outside for a ball. Sebastian right about 88 right now. And a ball comes loose in the bullpen as one of the Crawdads sneaks out into left field without the umpire. Now the umpire caught him. He thought he was going to get off the field before the umpire could call a timeout. No, these guys are on their job. Now they know what's going on. More satisfied patrons going to Fat Cat, coming out with dogs. There goes the runner. The pitch is in there for a strike. The throw to second's on line, but it's going to be too late, and the ball bounces away and going to third. The throw comes in, and he is safe at third base. So Pointer steals second, goes to third when the ball hit him, I think, and got away, and he alertly got up and made the move to third base, so he is there with 1 out here in the 7th inning.
If you watched him, the lead he had on first base, he never stopped. He kept inching off, inching off. He never came stationary.
He looked over at Kirshner and tried to say, hey, you got to stop me. You got to make a move. You got to look over here, and he never did. And we're going to check with second baseman Herrera, make sure he's okay, as he was involved. The runner sliding into second, and the ball got there at the same time. But JP goes out and makes sure that Patrick is all right. And Pointer now finds himself at third base, 1 out here. I thought that was called a strike, but I've been deceived before, so let's see what the umpire says. There's 1-1 on the scoreboard out there, and if it's wrong, he'll correct it. So I'm going to go with 1 ball, 1 strike. Farfan with 9 home runs on the season. That's a nice breaking ball.
Very nice.
1-2. To the right-hand hitting third baseman. Runner at third, infield in for the Potters. They trail at 6-2. Swing and a miss.
Well placed.
Waves at that one. A beautiful off-speed pitch by Kirshner. Gets his second strikeout of the inning. 2 outs now, and that'll bring up Ryder Helfrich, who struck out twice and then beat out that infield single, Pat, we were talking about back in the 6th inning that gave that inning some life. Allowed the Crawdads to go ahead and bunt the runners to second and third then, and a walk, base hit, and another base hit, and the 3 runs came in. So here's the pitch to Helfrich. Breaking ball just misses him inside, so it's a ball 1-0. Never know with that inside corner the way it's been today. It's been kind of swollen in there.
Before we get to the bottom of the 7th, in the 7th inning stretch, do you need help stretching?
I will need a lot of help stretching, yes. Usually that's what interns are for, but okay.
I'm just asking.
Sometimes I skip the stretch, and then, at this age, you just kind of go, I'll get you after the game. I'll just fall down the stairs or something, 2-0. Hit out towards second. It's Herrera moving over, and it takes a hop up on him, and it'll be an error, and a run will score. First error for the Potters, no RBI for Helfrich, but the run scores nonetheless, makes it 7-2. Moving over to his right, looked like it took a bad hop on him there at the end, but jumped up, hit him in the arm. 7-2 now for the Crawdads, and here is the dueling dogs batter, Mr. Griffin Harrison, who has walked, struck out, and made a beautiful sacrifice bunt back in the 6th inning. So he is 0 for 1. First pitch is outside from Kirshner. So an unearned run for the Crawdads here. They lead at 7-2 now. Dueling dogs batter, so the dogs are on the soundtrack batter.
Gotcha.
As you can, I think you can get. That one's outside.
For a second, I thought it was dogs get in free night.
Yeah, it would have been a good idea. So sometimes the dogs that aren't really that ferocious they have on the soundtrack.
They're not.
They're not scaring the batter very much. It's like a chihuahua.
Go ahead, play the right.
Yipping.
Play the poodle. Go ahead.
In there for a strike. Well, Willie's got he's got a lot of dogs to work with over there. But sometimes there he goes. Now he goes to his heavy mix. His big dog mix. And then just sometimes a couple of the patrons join in as well. Runner goes, and there's the pitch. Throw to second base, and they did not get him. Close play at second base, but in there is Ryder Helfrich, who runs very well for a catcher. Runs very well, but I have to say that because he is the catcher. 3 balls and 1 strike now. I believe that ball was called low and outside. I think the dogs, definitely are getting on the batter's nerves. It's just he's got to throw a strike, and I think it'll work. Look at second. Here's the 3-1. Hit high in the air and deep to left field. That's back, gone. And that is out of here.
That was in the trees.
A 2-run home run by Griffin Harrison. His second home run of the season. 3 runs in for the Crawdads in the inning. They now lean at 9-2. No doubt about that one for Griffin Harrison. He shut our dogs up, unfortunately. Dogs did their best, too.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think you were wrong. The dogs were on his nerves, but apparently he was able to shut that down.
Actually, he rose above that.
Do you have dogs at home?
Yeah, 1.
Does he bark much?
Not really. It's a she, obviously. I don't think when you say he.
Okay, I didn't know.
It's Lola. Come on. Yeah, Lola barks every once in a while. If you came over, she'd bark at you.
Okay. Not
for a while. Then she'd be your best friend. And once you said, "Hey, Lola, how's it going?" and sat down, she'd go, "Oh, you're my best friend. I like you so much."
That's the way dogs are.
Yeah.
I've got 2. The first one named Snacks, and he was always, while he was by himself, while we had him for a few years by himself, anything could happen, he wouldn't bark. He wouldn't bark at other dogs or whatever. So then we get Rip, and Rip barks at everything.
Rip and Snacks?
Yeah, and so now Snacks barks at everything to the point where, when you first get home, they bark a little bit. Okay, whatever. You're in the living room. You go into the kitchen. You come back in the living room 10 seconds later. They start barking again. Like, who are you?
I like it. Ripping Snacks.
Yeah. Good dogs.
Players of the game.
A little annoying.
A little bark heavy, a little memory, a little short-term memory thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Little 51st dates. Pop up left side. Might get out of play. Giving chase is Reuben Church down the line there. And he got it.
Nicely
Good play
done.
by Reuben Church. Right behind third base in the dugout, but not before 3 more runs for the Crawdads. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Walnut Creek leading at 9-2.
Air Design Incorporated, where you feel the difference. We are a locally owned and operated heating, air conditioning, and custom sheet metal company committed to the highest quality of craftsmanship at a competitive price. Our trained and certified technicians have the knowledge and experience required to install, maintain, or repair your home comfort solutions. Our upfront pricing gives you the peace of mind because you know your price is locked in. Call Astro Air Design Incorporated today. Bottom of the 7th inning. Potter's trailing. Pat Steele, what did you say? You gave me the formula. At the time, all you said, all we need is what? Yeah, you gave me the formula.
We only need 7 to tie.
We need 7 to tie. That's all we need. Okay.
3 innings to do it.
Yeah, we got 3 innings to do it. We need 7. We break that up. 2 1/3 innings every inning. 2 1/3 runs an inning. We got it made. Luke Lavin, Ben Higdon, Alex Johnson against Sean Fitzpatrick, who's been very effective his last 5 innings against the Potters. No hits and 11 strikeouts. Here's Lavin. Luke hits it out of play to our left.
Oddly enough, I think left-handed hitters would be a little more effective against this guy.
Because of the angle of delivery, because of the way his ball moves?
Well, against right-handed hitters, his fastball is tailing to the outside. When he starts it on the outside corner, it's like there's no way you're getting there.
Yeah.
And his breaking ball stuff seems to be off the plate a lot.
0-1 coming up to Lavin. Inside for a ball, 88 from Fitzpatrick. Got to say thanks to the TrackMan guys. That's CB and Zip Tie over there. Still worried about Zip Tie getting married, aren't you? Because he can't use the zip ties?
Oh, no, he's got a lot of time.
Oh,
he's got a lot of time.
Oh, so you looked at him, huh? Nice job by Lavin to lay off that one. 2 balls and 1 strike. I don't know. It seems like a good kid to me, but just young.
Zip Tie?
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's a good kid. Good kid. Nice kid. Like the kid.
He's still in his cocoon. He's not a butterfly yet.
What time you do back in Boys Town? Come on. 2-1. High fly ball right field. DeRoff is going to get that one in medium deep right field and makes the catch for the first down. So Lavin flies to right field, stops the strikeout streak, but can't get a
Excuse
runner on
me,
base.
My man's up.
Ben Higdon coming to the plate, struck out in the 2nd, hit a home run in the 5th, and right after we identified his mom correctly as Julie. And now, so he's Big Ben, or is he just Big Higdon? What is the?
Oh no, he's Big Ben.
Big Ben. Okay, All right. Well, he's up here with a chance to put a dent in Fitzpatrick, who has not given up much to the Potters in the last 5 1/3 innings. Raking ball misses outside. That's a tough take.
See, but he laid off.
Yeah, it was left-hander against left-hander.
I can see it when he gets back to Kentucky, right? All the marketing, all the merchandise, Big Ben.
Oh, they probably never thought of that, too. That's crazy. He came up with that name.
I know.
Who would have ever come up with Big Ben?
Here to help.
I know you are, and you are. He checked swinged, but did he go? I think he did. Are they going to ask anybody? Nope. Yes, they are. No, he said he didn't go. My bad. Way to go, umpire. 2-0.
Third baseman's trying to tell the third base umpire that he went.
Yeah.
Hey, just play your position.
That's Max Barfan down there. Max is trying to,
you got an umpire out there for a reason.
He's saying, hey, come on, Blue. High fly ball left field. Fellows moves over. And he makes the catch.
Didn't quite get enough of it, but he got it up in the air and good at bat.
He's going to the right spot. He went there twice in a row. Didn't quite get as much of that one off of Fitzpatrick. So here's Alexander Johnson. Out of Sierra College, Alexander Johnson came in and struck out and grounded out in this one so far. So he is 0 for 2 after going 2 for 4 last night in the Potters win over the Prune Packers up in Healdsburg. Right-handed hitter against Fitzpatrick. Fastball on the outside corner for a strike. That one hit 90 miles an hour, and that's a placement, like you said, Pat, to a right-handed hitter on the black at 90. That's a pretty tough.
You are not going to get that.
0-1 now on Alexander. Tyler Garrity on deck. That one swung on and missed, and that was a little bit further outside like we've talked about before.
And it had that tailing motion, too. So
0-2. From the stretch, Sean Fitzpatrick. Dylan McShane went the first 5 innings for the Crawdads outside for a ball. Gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, walked 2 and struck out 6. Fitzpatrick came in the 6th, struck out the side, and a couple of fly balls here in the 7th.
The third baseman is still talking to the third base umpire.
He's trying to get that call. He's still trying to get that call. 1-2 coming up to Johnson. Breaking ball. He did not go. I'm surprised that he didn't swing at all. I thought you might say, hey, that was a strike anyway.
Maybe you need to trot out to the third baseman, explain to him in the history of this game, going back to the first time they ever played. At no point in time at no point in time has a fielder argued with an umpire about a previous call and had the umpire go, hold on, I'm going to go back and change to that.
You know, you were right. He would say, you're right. I hadn't thought about it. You put it in a different way that I had never considered it before. 2-2 pitch swung on and missed. 1-2-3 again for the Potters in the 7th. We go to the top of the 8th. Crawdads lead at 9-2.
Gooseport Public House. We have sports on 10 big screen TVs, 23 beer taps with classics and crafts, a full bar with creative craft mixed drinks, live music, and most importantly, great fresh food. In downtown Roseville off Vernon Street. Only 15 minutes from the ballpark. See ya at Gooseport.
Old Town Pizza, a proud sponsor of your Potters baseball, will deliver you a slice that you won't soon forget. Come see why they've been voted the best of the best 12 straight years. Visit otpizza.net to get yours today. But don't take it from me.
I think Old Town Pizza should be expanded through the state or even through the country because it's so delicious.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Placer County's best-kept secret is back for another exciting summer at historic McBean Stadium. 33 action-packed home games loaded with fun for the whole family. Local beer, wine, and eats. Fireworks, giveaways, theme nights, kids zone, and more. Come join in the fun and enjoy small-town baseball with Major League Entertainment. Tickets on sale now at LincolnPotters.com.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Top of the 8th. Potters trailing 9-2. New pitcher for the Potters, but we don't have any identification on him.
Who's McClendon?
Gavin McClendon is our new pitcher. Well done by Riley. Robinson went the first 3, then Hunter the next 4. We go to the 8th. Okay. Pat's showing me Rip at Snacks here. So that's Snacks, and that's Rip.
That's what it's come to. I'm showing Phantom pictures of my dogs.
That looks like something. Did you tell him a sad story or something?
He's got a sad face, doesn't he? He's got a resting sad face.
He looks like he's like, dude, really? That's what he's looking at you like, really?
The both of them are like, what?
I like the picture you showed me of Rip when he's sitting. It's like 317 degrees and he's just laying out by the pool.
Yeah, exactly. He's just working on his tan.
So Gavin McClendon. He'll be going to Folsom Lake College out of Rockland High School. So Gavin's first appearance will be against the Crawdads, and it'll be against Brian DeRoff, who has had 3 hits tonight. He's 3 for 4. McClendon's down low for a ball. DeRoff singled in the first, singled in the third, singled in the sixth, grounded to third in the fifth. He's driven in 1, he scored 1. McClendon's next pitch is down low again, so it's 2-0.
The Potters just get this guy?
Yeah, coming out of Rockland High. Yeah, just making his debut today in front of you, Pat Steele. And that one is just a little bit high and outside, 3-0.
He's probably a little nervous, a little pumped up.
Well, I mean, you're here. He knows Rip and Snacks will probably hear about this game later on, you know.
Oh, I've been texting him.
That's ball 4. Something tells me that no matter what you texted to one of them, he would still be sad about it.
Right.
Just go, hey, we're winning 20-0. Oh, man, that's too bad.
See, here's the difference, because you asked, between dogs and cats. If a dog could, he or she would text you back.
Yes.
If cats could, no, there's no way.
No, they wouldn't. And my people are telling me now that Gavin is from Whitney and not Rockland. So I got bad information from my grounds crew. I will not mention by name stones. So here's Joey Donnelly.
So he went to Whitney High School?
That's what I'm getting told by Willie Preston.
So
Willie Preston is the best. Yeah, Willie Preston is the best in the business. So if he tells you something.
Head coach there, Jackson Watt.
Okay. All right.
No, he's a great coach.
I agree. I don't know him personally, but if you say so, you know the scene, baby. 2-0 on Donnelly.
Here's another picture of my dog.
Which one is it? You showed me 3 times. I still don't know which one's which.
I feel for him. I know how it is to watch your son or have any guy trotted out there for his first time around. You want him so badly to do well.
Yeah.
You know, especially in a situation like this, like where, okay, you need a positive. You need to bring something positive out of this game, and maybe this young man's it.
Yeah, and you're going up against a team, one of the better teams that we played in summer ball all season long.
Yep.
You know, along with the Prune Packers, obviously. They're Division I hitters all the way through the lineup. So 2-0. DeRoff over at first base. Donnelly has singled, doubled, and singled again. So he's got 3 hits and 3 runs batted in today. Out of Alamo, California. Hits that one down the third baseline. It's foul. So it's 2-1 now on Joey Donnelly. Matt King on deck for the Crawdads, who lead this one 9-2. 3 runs in the third, 3 runs in the sixth, and 3 runs in the seventh. All 3 in the seventh are unearned for the Crawdads. That one is high with a fastball at 85 from Gavin McClendon.
Come back and get him. You can do it.
Donnelly came in today at 341. He's picked up 3 runs batted in, has 23 on the summer. That is a little bit outside for a ball. So first and second, nobody out. Matt King coming to the plate. Brock Raggets is going to go out and talk to him. And again, he is going to go out and talk to him about mental stuff, not mechanical. And I think you are on the same page.
Yeah, I did notice that on both of those walks on ball 4, he kind of disgustedly looked towards third base. So might have been a third base umpire again. The players seem to have something going with him. I'm kidding. But
maybe we can get him. Maybe we can go out and talk to the third base ump.
I know exactly what's going through his head. I got to perform, and the more it's like anything else in life, right? Just let your foot off the gas a little bit. You'll be fine.
And you've been in that situation. We talked about your son
every
being
day,
a pitcher.
Every day with the guy I work with.
Maley, yeah. But that's not going to ever help, though. I mean, come on. I mean, you're here talking about breaking down pitch mechanics. He's out here talking about the moon's gravitational pull.
I think he wins.
So it's 2 different ways. Well, yeah, he was right on that. But it's 2 different ways to look at it, but it's still the same thing. It's still an entertainment value. Here's Matt King. He is singled. He's hit to a fielder's choice, hit into an odd double play.
Now, he's much better at that stuff than I am.
Yes, he is, definitely. He's not bound by logic or any kind of common sense or anything, and that really frees him up.
I'm telling you what, this pitcher, this young man right here, he gets a ground ball double play, changes his whole outlook.
Yep, changes everybody's outlook. Swung on a miss by Matt King.
There you go.
1 for 4 in the ninth, 333 on the summer. He's picked up 2 runs batted in. That's a nice pitch on the inside corner for a call strike. 0-2 from Gavin McClendon. Runners lead at first and second. That's hit to second base. Herrera has it to second for one. Odd to first. That's a double play.
That's it. That's what the doctor ordered right
4-6-3
there.
going to third is DeRoff, but 2 outs now. And that'll bring up Cole Fellows, who's grounded to second, flied out, singled, and struck out. So he is also 1 for 4 in this one. 2 outs. DeRoff at third base as Herrera, Odden, and Rodriguez pull off the 4-6-3. Left-hander against left-hander here with Fellows. That's fouled back to the screen. Cole Fellows out of Clovis, California. He's the guy from Columbia University. And I still can't believe your son didn't want to see the baseball field at Columbia University.
You have to get on a bus or you have to have somebody drive you to it. It's not really there on the campus.
Oh,
so
okay.
maybe
So
that was it, or he was hungry. I don't know.
Grounded down the first base line and foul. Well, if it's a different trip, okay. I'm not gonna criticize him too much. Maybe he was hungry. He's not 7. You could still go somewhere.
I think he wanted to get back to the hotel room and watch High School Musical. I'm not sure.
And that Zac Efron. Oh my gosh.
He's a player.
He is really a player, basketball-wise. 0-2 now.
Oh.
Just a little bit high. Almost got call strike 3 on that one.
That was a good pitch.
Did not. 1 ball and 2 strikes now on Cole Fellows. 306 on the summer, 2 home runs, 22 batted in. That's in the dirt. Nice block by Luke Lavin with the runner 90 feet away, saving a run. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tyson Pointer on deck for the Crawdads. Coming off a sweep of the Solano Mudcats, trying to make it 4 in a row here in conference play. Here's the 1-2. That is just outside. That's going to make it 3-2.
Take a walk, get behind the mound, talk to yourself, reset.
Take a breath, step off the gas, right?
Yep.
Trying to get all
That's right.
trying to get all the buzzwords.
Come after him.
Just misses with that one, ball 4. So that's a walk that had a lot of chances to be called strike 3 on a couple of those pitches.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't get them. So now he's got he's got 2 on, and Tyson Pointer, who's got a couple of hits and a walk tonight. Right-handed hitter. Has 6 home runs on the summer. First and third. Potter's turned a double play in the middle of this inning. So 2 outs. Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch. Nice block again by Lavin. So it is 0-1 on Tyson Pointer. Gavin McClendon making his debut as a Potter out of Whitney High School. Left-hander checks the runners. Here's the pitch. One hopper to Herrera at second. He's going to flip it to short. And nice job by Gavin McClendon to get out of this inning. And to your point, Pat, that's going to make him feel a lot better.
A whole lot better.
It's like when you get a birdie on the last hole, even though you played a bad round. Okay, so we'll go to the bottom of the 8th. Potters trail at 9-2.
It begins on the farm, where hard work breeds motivation. Care is taken under watchful eyes. With new growth comes inspiration, where playtime is mandatory. Welcome to Dueling Dogs Brewing Company. Meet the Stevens, a husband and wife who work hand in hand to craft exclusive small batch beer, mead, and cider. Using locally sourced ingredients to ensure freshness in every glass. Where a community of farmers, local artisans, and amazing food make for a truly inspired atmosphere. At the end of the day, we know the value of hard work. The families it unites, it's in the pride we take, the stories we tell, and the best friends who are cherished. Dueling Dogs Brewing Company.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 8th, Potters trailing 9-2. So, Pat, what does that mean?
We only need 7.
We only need 7. That is
need
our mantra, and Tyler Garrity's going to start us off against Sean Fitzpatrick. We do need to get a hit against Fitzpatrick here.
We don't need 8. We just need 7.
We just need 7. We'll worry about the 8th one when we get there. We're getting the 7 right now. And mathematically, that's a sound formula. You called it for McClendon. You got him a double play. You got him out of the inning. And now we got to do
I'm really
offensive.
happy for him because sometimes in these games that are lopsided like this so far, you're looking for positives. And to have a guy, high school guy, not even in college,
just got out of high school,
come in and he allowed no runs.
Right. Got the double play.
Got out of the jam.
One and 0 to Tyler Garrity. Inside with a fastball.
Got to wear that.
Malicious intent right there. If we're going to get our 7, you got to go.
You got to wear that.
You got to go ahead and wear 88 on the back there.
We got ice.
Not on the hands or anything. Don't want to do that. No. 2-0 now on Tyler Garrity. He's walked and struck out in this one. That's ball 3. 3-0. Garrity scored a run back in the 3rd inning. One of 2 Potter runs. Higdon scored the other one on his home run in the 5th. 3-0 now from Sean Fitzpatrick. Swing and a miss. 3-1. I told you 3-0 pitch. Doesn't matter the situation. 3-0 pitch, summer.
Yeah, summer league.
Green lights. I'm here to work on my stroke. I'm here to swing the bat.
He had his mind made up and going for it.
It's got a good pitch. It was on the inside. It was a tough pitch to handle on the inside corner. 3-1. Swing and a miss. That one took something off that one and gets it back to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Tyler Garrity out of Seneca, Kansas. And University of Kansas. A prestigious sports university, I would say.
Yes, sir.
Not Columbia, but, it's pretty good.
Those Jayhawks.
Yeah, oh, yeah. 3-2 coming up. That one is in there. Call strike 3. I just say, if strike 3, you got to mention it before the guy gets 4 steps down to first base.
Yeah, you might want to check what he's calling before you go trotting down there and flip your bat.
So Fitzpatrick gets the strike out of Garrity. 1 out here in the 8th, and Luke Odden comes to the plate. The switch innings shortstop has struck out and walked twice.
There's also been a lot of pitches that have been on that outside corner that have been questionable.
Yeah.
Call strikes, but
yeah,
that
you
one
can't
was
really count on it.
That was in there.
You got to go ahead and go after it. Grant Kelly warming up. Riley, the engineer, takes the hot dog out of his mouth to tell me that Grant Kelly is warming up. Or is it ice cream now? Or is it pizza? Outside for a ball. Of course, he comes from a legendary Stones McCoy, who has put away several entrees every night for 6 summers. And so, he learned well. He learned well at his father's knee.
Man, I don't want to see him on National Hot Dog Day.
I'll tell you, this guy, he's got a plan. I think he could do a pretty good job.
That's a walking destruction.
Oh, that's just – and then – and I know it's tongue-in-cheek, but then the next day after it's over, is Joey Chestnut an athlete? I don't think so.
No.
I'm saying probably not. That's just me, though. 1 ball, 1 strike on Luke. Couple of walks for him today. Pops that one out of play to our right. 1 ball, 2 strikes with Reuben Church on deck. Bottom of the 8th, Potters trail this one 9-2, which means we only need 7. That has not changed. I like slogans that don't change.
We need 6 base runners.
And then a home run.
Right.
Exactly. We can do it that way. You can do it just like have 6 out there all at one time. I don't care. Outside 2-2. Get the old merry-go-round going. That would be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Luke, a switch hitter, batting right-handed against the left-hander Sean Fitzpatrick. Just the second pitcher. Just 2 pitchers today for the Crawdads. McShane went the first 5, and now Fitzpatrick working into his 3rd inning. That's inside and low. Three balls, 2 strikes. From the stretch, Sean Fitzpatrick.
That might pop.
Lifted out into right field, coming on, and that's going to fall in front of the right fielder for a base hit.
There it is.
And that's it. The first hit off Fitzpatrick in 6 and a third innings.
I think he's losing stuff. Need to get him out.
I think, yeah, you may want to replace him before we go get those 7 runs. That's going to be happening.
Yeah, you don't want to get charged with the loss.
No. Reuben Church coming to the plate. Grounded out twice and into a fielder's choice. Does have an RBI back in the third inning. His 14th of the summer. Right-handed hitter out of Maryville, Tennessee. He's got Auden down at first base as Luke has been on base 3 times tonight. Swing and a miss. Took something off that one.
Church way ahead of that one.
Way out in front of it as he toned it down to 81. 0-1 on Church. Nolan Wilson to follow. Auden leads at first. A very short lead over there by Luke. Church swings and misses again. It's about the same speed from Fitzpatrick, so it's 0-2 on Reuben Church.
Do you get along with the I have to say this, do you get along with the other broadcast crew?
I don't usually. I don't matriculate with them. No, Stones does a lot of talking to them, but not me. 0-2
because they're a little annoying.
You could say that you're a guest. It's all right. Fouled away by Church. 0-2. I know you're a professional. You would never say anything like that. I mean, we're all in the same, fraternity, right?
There's some fraternity brothers I didn't really care for.
Okay, fair enough. Again, you're a guest. You can express yourself. That's fine. You brought beach hut, so there you go. Check swing. Did he go? I say no. What does everybody else say? We're not going to even ask.
Well, just look at it this way.
I'm going to check the third baseman and see if he's trying to talk the umpire
right.
into something.
Yeah, he's called it already.
Well, Max down there at third has been talking to people a lot. So it's 1-2 on Reuben Church. Go Potters chants echoing through the stadium. Check swing, didn't go, and it's outside and low, 2-2.
Not sure where that missed.
I tell you, this pitcher makes everything. Everything's a decision. There's nothing that's clearly bad,
He is good.
Yeah, 2-2. That's it. Just the third hit the Potters have gotten in this game. Church pops it up. See if it stays in play for Donnelly. He goes over there, and I don't think he's going to have a chance.
Yeah, the souvenir for the beer garden.
Brick and Barrel backyard, my friend. Do not say beer garden. We have classed it up. We put the TV up there. It's now the Brick and Barrel backyard.
Yeah, but beer garden rolls off the tongue. That other brick and whatever you're talking about, it's a little much.
Okay, I didn't want to bring this out. The whole thing's my idea, and that's why I have to say it right. I mean, come on. They don't want to. Nobody wants to admit it.
Okay, write it down.
The one.
Write it down for me then.
2-2. Church swings and misses. 89 from Fitzpatrick. That's his 6th strikeout, and it'll bring up Nolan Wilson, who singled, popped out, and struck out, so he is 1 for 3. He's been hot lately, 10 for his last 15 coming into the game.
Okay, let me practice. Brick and Barrel, what?
Backyard.
Backyard, okay.
Yeah. I mean, what are you, 40 years in the business? You can't remember Brick and Barrel backyard?
Well, I don't live here. I wish I did. But
you should. Yeah, you should move over, yeah. Bring the dogs with you, too. Throw over to first base, and Auden with the 7-run deficit, not really straying too far off the bag over there.
I tell you what, if my dogs were here, they'd be barking at the third baseman.
Good, yeah, except for the sad one. He'd just be going, sorry.
That's a sad call.
Sorry. Wilson,
get through there.
Drive into left field, a clean base hit. Nolan Wilson, 2 more hits tonight. He is 2 for 4, 2 hits in the inning for the Potters, and that brings up Patrick Herrera, who struck out twice and grounded out. And Patrick has homered in 3 of his last 4 games. A couple of hits this inning for the Potters off of Fitzpatrick. And here's Herrera, coming in at .317 with those 4 home runs and 11 runs batted in. He's got Wilson at first. He's got Auden at second. Fitzpatrick checks the runner. Herrera hits it high in the air to center field. Harrison goes back. He's got a beat on it, and makes the catch in deep right center field, but not deep enough for the Potters.
Just short of the wall.
Two runners, 2 hits, and 2 left. We go to the 9th inning. Potters trail 9-2.
Welcome back, Olympia's 5th grade orchestra.
Perhaps there's no place like your home because you made it so at R.C. Willey.
I'm Bill Evans, president of the Placer County Association of Realtors. We're in the store, our conference facilities, an amazing team helps keep together an amazing organization, and we thank them all.
This organization can't do what it does and can't run the way it runs without the help of so many members volunteering their time.
The success of the Placer County Association of Realtors is largely dependent on our active volunteer members to help our organization and industry. The work of our committees greatly impacts our ability to champion efforts across the board and giving back to the Placer County community wherever we can.
Like all service organizations, I wanted to serve. And getting involved with the affiliate committee was the perfect way to do that.
I love being able to serve my community with my business friends and other leaders and give back to those who are in need.
The thing I love about the PCAR committees is they all work toward the same goal of bringing the community together to support those in need in our surrounding area.
I instantly came to the meeting and had a wonderful time, felt like I was a part of something bigger, and it was just the start of my leadership journey.
Lincoln Potters baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Hey, you're on.
Top of the 9th. Just looking up our new pitcher, Grant Kelly.
He's a big guy.
2-1 in the
230.
season. 2-1 on the season. This will be his 12th game. He is a big fella from the College of Southern Nevada, and he comes out here with the Potters trailing 9-2. He'll face Max Farfan, Ryder Helfrich, and Griffin Harrison, 7, 8, and 9 for the Crawdads. Pat Still is my guest today, and I think you got here a little early, but I think you've held up pretty well.
Here's
so
what's
I
going to
got
happen.
to give you a good grade.
We're going to go 1-2-3 this inning. 1-2-3 outs.
Yes. Okay.
Bring him into the dugout, and we'll score 8.
If that happens, you've got to come out here every game for the rest of the season.
That's the way I drew it up.
Okay, then you've got to come out here. Bring the dogs. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We'll find a spot for them on the couch over there. Farfan with a couple strikeouts and a single. Kelly's first pitch is swung on and missed. .23 strikeouts for Grant Kelly in 21 and a third innings. That one's in the dirt, gets by the catcher. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. I want to ask you, Pat, we talked about, you and Tom, 30 years or whatever, but you were the DJ before that, right? You did other genres, didn't you? What was your situation before that?
I did a lot of years of rock. I worked and programmed a station called KZAP for a couple of years. And
a legendary station.
In other markets.
Yeah.
So, but I've been out here since '88. That's a long time.
That's a long time.
It's home.
Yeah. That's 35 years.
And you?
I've been out here a long time. Well, I've been out here a long time.
It's
I wasn't doing anything, but.
You know, it's funny. To be honest, we were once competitors.
Oh, absolutely. Nice play. It's short by Auden. Throws the first to get Farfan. In a way. I never really felt like it, though.
So for like a year, maybe.
I guess. I mean.
But then we worked in the same building for a long time.
Yes, for a long time, right across the hallway.
Those were great days.
They were fantastic days. I was just like, wait for our commercials so I could come over and sit in with you guys. Have some fun.
You know, it got a little tiring, though, because we would go play basketball.
Yes.
And your brother was always, I went to Hogan High School. I did this, I did that. He's just bragging about his basketball skills all the time. Nice guy, but.
Hey, nice guy.
Give it a rest.
He didn't even start. Come on, what's going on?
Yeah.
So,
he didn't start?
He didn't start his senior year. I think he started his junior year.
There you go, see?
And he came on, and there was some hotshot guy that took his spot, like the shooting guard or whatever he was supposed to be back in those days.
Well, your brother was fundamentally sound, but he couldn't shoot like you. You're a better shooter.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Back in those, no.
Came on the line, who do you want taking a shot?
Well, me, obviously.
Yeah, that's it.
Obviously, yeah. I need to get a little warm-up first. I don't think I'll take it right now, though. 2-1 pitch. It's outside. 3-1 on Ryder Helfrich, who has struck out twice, beat on an infield single, and reached on an error, which was critical back in the 7th inning.
Come back and get him.
Kelly with the ground out of far fan. Now 3-1 pitch is hit down to third hard. Nice play down to third. What a play down there by Reuben Church. Goes to his left, goes down on one knee, gets up and throws a strike to first base for the second out.
Great arm.
Great arm and great play by Reuben Church, and I'll bring up Griffin Harrison, who walked, struck out, sacrificed, and then hit a 2-run home run, which kind of spoiled everything.
But if you have a night like that, aren't you done?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would go ahead and
just tell him.
I would pass. I would pass on this. I would go. I pass. It's okay. Go ahead. We'll go out in the field. I don't want to spoil that memory of that home run. That is down low for a ball outside.
That was a good pitch.
I thought so. I thought it should have been a strike.
I'm going to go ask the third base coach.
No, the umpire. We're going to go lobby the umpire. Inside, 2-0. You just didn't like when the guy was talking to the umpire. He was just trying to get a call his way. Come on, that's what you do out there.
Yeah, 3 batters ago.
Baseball is a very sneaky game. I mean, you try to get advantages any way you can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you go out there and you start chatting. You try to make friends with umpires and stuff. Same, I guess, with referees though. But you don't get them as much chance because there's not as much downtime in a basketball game. So Nico Button is the pinch hitter up here for Harrison. As I guess Harrison said, I don't want to play, so they put in a pinch hitter for him. I like that. That's in there for a strike. Nico Button out of San Mateo, California, and UC Berkeley. Hitting for Harrison. Chops that one foul. Makes the count 3 balls and 2 strikes. Three and 2. Here it comes from Kelly. Popped out of play by Nico Button. Three and 2, Button right-handed hitter against Grant Kelly from College of Southern Nevada. That's in
nice
there, call
pitch.
strike 3. 1, 2, 3, just like Pat called it. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Potter's last chance. All they need is 7. Only need 7. We'll be right back.
Have you ever wondered, what is CMN? I thought so. Let me help. CMN stands for Children's Miracle Network, a non-profit organization that raises money for children's hospitals. Locally, UC Davis Children's Hospital is your CMN hospital, the only one in our area. It is a nationally ranked comprehensive children's hospital that provides the highest quality of care to pediatric patients like me. How is this level of care possible? With help from CMN donations. CMN teamed with corporate partners and community donors to fundraise for things like equipment, research, and patient care. All money raised locally during campaigns like this stays local to support children treated at UC Davis Children's Hospital. Sick and injured kids can't wait to get the care they need. And thanks to generous donors, partners, and fundraisers like you, we don't have to. Please give wherever you see the Miracle Balloon, and thank you for supporting CMN at UC Davis.
Lincoln Potters Baseball. Come on out and join in the fun.
Bottom of the 9th, Potters just need 7. Cade Cushing, the new pitcher out of Martinez, headed for San Jose State University. He relieves Sean Fitzpatrick, who went 3 innings, gave up 2 hits, and struck out 6. So Cade Cushing coming on.
That's a lot of strikeouts in 3 innings.
It certainly is, and 12 strikeouts so far for the pitchers from the Crawdads. And Cushing will try to wrap it up against Dominic Rodriguez, Luke Lavin, and Big Ben Higdon, the first 3 batters for the Potters here in the 9th inning. And Pat Steele, our guest, comes up with the mantra, we just need 7.
You only need 7.
That's all. That's all right. That's what you're here for, come up with catchphrases, and that's a good one. I like that one. It really is appropriate to what we're doing here tonight.
Yeah. It's been unfortunate for the Potters in that I think a lot of the early hits that scored runs where they got initially behind, they weren't exactly bloop hits. They were just well-placed hits that were not hit hard.
And the last 3 were all unearned after the Potters made an error, and then a 2-run home run right after that. It would have been the 3rd out of the inning. So
it's not been the best night, but let's see how they finish.
4 hits for the game for the Potters so far, so that one's got to change as they've had a couple of really good hitting nights. They had a really good 2 out of 3 against the Prune Packers. They had 20 runs in 2 games. So here's Cushing. Fastball is inside at 86. One ball and no strikes. Swing and a miss at a high fastball by Rodriguez.
No piñatas.
9th appearance of the year for Cushing. He's 1-0, 11 2/3 innings, 9 hits, just 2 earned runs, a 1.54 ERA. Foul ball at the plate by Dominic Rodriguez, who was grounded out to first, grounded out to short, and struck out, so he is 0 for 3 in this one. He's followed by Luke Lavin and then Ben Higdon here in the 9th for the Potters. 2 teams meet again tomorrow in Walnut Creek, and we'll see them again back here on Sunday night for the conclusion of the 3-game series. Cushing taking his time. Foul back. I think he might have been looking for Harry Potter. I haven't seen Harry. It's Harry Potter night. I never saw Harry, but I think Cade Cushing was checking. And he's looking, hey, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, there's a Dumbledore over there, yeah.
It is Harry Potter night. A lot of characters here, except Harry.
Well, Harry couldn't make it. He had a prior engagement. Breaking ball is high. Harry's book's pretty solid. You're the chosen one or whatever, one who lived or whatever they call him. I mean, you get a lot of people.
I get that, but if it's your night, don't you have to be there?
Well, I mean, you never know. I mean, it could have been a knockoff Harry Potter night. It could have been maybe somebody else's idea, and they tried to get him involved, and he couldn't make it, but they got enough others.
If anybody, any group is into AI, it would be the Harry Potter group.
Absolutely.
So get your AI Harry Potter out of here.
That's a good idea. That's a very good idea. 3-2 coming up to Dominic Rodriguez. High, ball 4.
Here we go.
So good at bat by Rodriguez. We only need 7. We only need 7, and here's Luke Lavin.
You see who's on deck?
Big Ben Higdon.
Yeah.
Relatives all over the country.
Mm-hmm.
A nickname on the verge of being accepted. It's a big night. Lavin is struck out, grounded out, and flied to right, so he's 0 for 3. Left-hand hitting catcher out of Laguna Beach, California, headed for Stanford University. Cushing takes his time. That's fouled out of play. 88, so bringing it up there pretty well. And Lavin ready to swing. Fouls it back. 0-1 on Luke. Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday next week, the last 3 games for the regular season for the Potters. Those are the games we are at home here. Come on out and check it out, LincolnPotters.com for ticket information, or check us out on the YouTube, Stones Radio Networks, or Lincoln Potters Baseball. 0-1 coming up to Luke. Line drive into right field, moving over. He gets down in right field, going all the way to the wall. Rounding second is Rodriguez. He's getting to third. They're going to send him. As the cutoff man from the throw from second base, he's going to be safe. It's an RBI double for Luke Lavin. It's 9-3 in favor of the Crawdads.
Nicely done.
Nicely done. And now we only need 6. That's right, mister. Lavin with the RBI. And brings up Big Ben Higdon. He has struck out, hit a home run, and flied to left, so he is 1 for 3. Check out Stones Radio Networks on YouTube. Subscribe to it so you'll be alerted whenever the Potters go live or anything goes live on the Stones Radio Networks. Yes, sir.
He's a Kentucky Wildcat. Wildcat versus a Crawdad. Who wins?
Oh, Wildcat.
Every time.
In a run. He's going to walk him over, my friend. Breaking ball. Good-looking pitch from Cushing. It's in there for a strike, 0-1. So Lavin delivers the RBI double. Rodriguez is moving around those bases. Never any thought about keeping him at third. He scores for the Potters, 9-3. Higdon takes another breaking ball. That one missed. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Cushing starts him off with 2 off-speed pitches. Higdon hit his 4th home run of the season tonight. He has now 14 runs batted in. Came in at 241. Big left-handed hitter out of Paducah, Kentucky. Look out.
Wow.
The bat went 115 feet in the air, but he didn't hit the ball, and 1 ball and 2 strikes.
He's going to need a shuttle to get his bat back.
Yeah, he's going to get an Uber. That one was one of the farther ones we've seen. And you get distance because usually when you throw them, they go back into the screen or something. That one just went out toward first base.
And it was in fair territory.
It was in fair territory. The umpire was not there to make the call. That's a situation where you're the first base coach. You got to stay alert because that baby was coming close to you. 1-2 on Higdon. Alexander Johnson on deck. Breaking balls popped up back over the top, and it will be 1 ball and 2 strikes once again on Ben Higdon. Cade Cushing from Martinez, California, 6'2", going to San Jose State University. The Spartans, the same as Hogan High School, which you mentioned earlier, Pat. So Hogan. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss at a fastball. That was at 90 for Cushing. He got his first out of the inning, and that'll bring up Alexander Johnson. 2 strikeouts and a ground out for A.J. No, this is Ben Romano going to bat for Alexander Johnson. So out of Mendham, New Jersey, and Tulane University, it's Mr. Ben Romano. Right-handed hitter. Lavin leads at second base. Inside and high for a ball. 1-0 on Ben Romano. Tyler Garrity on deck, the number 9 hitter. Romano batting for Johnson, the number 8 spot. That's fouled off. A fastball hits the post and comes back and almost hits the umpire.
It did hit him in the leg.
Oh, man. We didn't mean it, ump. They tend to take those things seriously, do umpires.
He shook it off.
Yeah, well, he's tough. He's a tough umpire. Tough crew right here. Romano at 228 with a home run and 16 runs batted in this summer. Breaking balls hit right down the first base line, just foul. 1-2.
Would have been nice to sneak that inside the line.
Would have been nice, yeah. I mean, if you're going to get 6, I mean, we only need 6 is the mantra now, and that would have really helped right there. And Romano batting for Johnson, so after we get our 6, he'll go out into left field for extra innings.
Got it.
Okay, just want you to know that. Put that in the thinking cap. 1-2 on Ben Romano. Swing and a miss. So Cushing with 2 straight strikeouts after the run-scoring double by Lavin. And the Potters down to their last out, and it'll be Tyler Garrity coming to the plate. Out of Seneca, Kansas, Tyler has struck out twice and walked. He scored a run back in the 3rd inning. He's got Lavin out at second, and Lavin's chatting with the second baseman, Ryan Ellis. Exchanging pleasantries. You know, they're going to see each other tomorrow in Walnut Creek.
As
so,
always.
I mean, we're not going to get friendly with them, okay? Got 2 more games to play in this series.
So do you make that trip?
I probably won't go down there. No, it's out of my area, you know. No, we don't go on the road.
Okay. You're in your Lincoln bubble.
I'm in the Lincoln bubble.
Okay.
Yeah, it's exactly. They come and let me out of the bubble on Sunday, and I'll be back out here. And then I go to the bubble 3 times next week, and then the bubble's done for the summer, for the regular season. Got the West Coast World Series coming up. Believe that starts on the 8th of August. Probably should look these things up before I just say them. But, you know, I mean. You know,
where is that held, or do you know?
Right here. That's why.
All right, then.
Why not? It's right here. Come on. Are you kidding me? 3rd season. Potters won it last year. 0-1 coming up to Tyler Garrity. Breaking balls high. 1-1. Runner up the first year to the West Coast Kings, and last year the Potters won the championship. The celebration was limitless.
Phenomenal.
It was crazy. It was nuts out here.
Parade.
I mean, parade, banners, confetti.
Pinwheels.
Oh, many. High fastball. I mean, there weren't a lot. I couldn't get one, but there were pinwheels to be had. Garrity reaches, then Luke Odden would be next for the Potters. Lavin leads at second base. No one paying much attention to him as Cushing gets ready for the 2-ball, 1-strike pitch to Tyler Garrity. Pair of home runs for Tyler, 18 runs batted in this summer. Fastball is inside, 3-1. Dominic Rodriguez walked to open the inning, then a double by Lavin scored, Dom. 2 strikeouts from Higdon and Romano, and now we're 3-1 on Tyler Garrity. Grounder to the right of shortstop. King has it. He's going to go across the diamond, and he got him at first base, and that's the ball game. King throws Garrity out at first base, 6-3. Potters score once in the ninth, but it's not enough, even though we had the mantra, Pat. Final score, the Walnut Creek Crawdads 9, the Lincoln Potters 3. The teams meet again tomorrow in Walnut Creek, and we're back here Sunday night for the Potters and the Crawdads. But, Pat, still, thank you so much for coming out.
Always
Great
fun.
to see you.
I wish I could have brought you better luck.
Yeah, I mean, your analysis was good, but the luck you brought was not so good. Other than that, I mean, the sandwiches were great, the beers were great, the companionship was fantastic, the analysis was great, but the luck was not there, sir.
Now, we've got a new nickname for Big Ben, and you know what to say when he hits one out.
Okay, so go big and go home.
Go big and go home.
Go big and go home. I'll put it in the books for you, my friend.
He did that tonight, didn't he?
Pat, thanks a lot for doing this. I really appreciate it. Potters lose it 9-3. We're back on Sunday. I believe that's a 6:05 first pitch. Check LincolnPotters.com for any changes to that. Final score once again, Crawdads 9, Potters 3. Pat Steele, our guest. Thanks so much, Pat. We'll talk again, and we'll see everybody next time.